Warning: the following content contains strong language and may not be suitable for children. This content is primarily for adults, as this is a trucking channel and truckers have filthy mouths. Please don't tweak if I say viewer discretion is advised.
What's going on? What's going on? How's everybody doing? Make sure you guys come on in. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Excuse me. Subscribe to the channel. Turn on all post notifications. Shout out to everybody that's in the building. What's going on, Kirk?
What's going on, Mark? How you doing, man?
Oh, man. Slow motion. I can't complain, man. Can't complain.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Friday, man. I'm home.
Man, what you got going on your back screen, man? I see a chick, a stomach was out. What is that?
You got my guy got my video thing playing in the back.
I'm saying, what is it? Like a music video? What is that?
Nah, it's like a commercial, yeah.
Oh, okay. Man, what's going on, man? The space. Shout out to D Jenkins with that super chat. What's going on?
Shout out to
space,
D. Man, I'm telling you, man.
It seems like it's dead, man.
It's hot out here, Mark. It's hot, man.
No, I ain't talking about the weather.
Man.
I'm talking about the space, man.
It's hot. It's hot. The brokers ain't got no loads. The truckers quitting. It's bad over here, man.
Man, bro, it's like, man, I'm looking at the whole space. It's just dead. Like, man.
Yes, sir. Yeah,
I'm not talking about from the content creator space. I mean, it's dead there too.
Bro, everything is dead, Mark. Dead. Everything is dead out here, bro. I'm telling you. Brokers losing contracts, truckers losing their truck, quitting. Shit, bro. We predicted it, man. It's back to normal, but you know, for the few that doesn't understand the whole system, you know what I mean?
Man, bro, shout out to D Jenkins for that second super chat. It's crazy that the cargo, like, I got some cargo van guys just running up a nasty bag, and I got some my moving guys and my final mile guys. They running it's nasty. They running up a nasty bag. It's a nasty bag too. You dig what I'm saying?
I'm steady out here, man. But Mark, I'm telling you, bro. I've been telling you, man. It's been crazy out here, man. We talk about this all the time, bro.
It's crazy out there. Well, why they want me to come out there? I'm in the house. Why I want to come out somewhere where it's crazy at? Because it ain't crazy in the
house. Mark, man. That's why nobody don't like you, man. Because you always sneak this in there.
Man, it ain't a sneak. That's a direct diss. What are you talking about? That shit direct.
Who you talking to, Mark? What you talking about staying in the house,
listen,
man?
Anybody that feels, listen. Anybody that listen, check it out. Anybody that feel like when they feel it, if it feels something right there, like moist and gushy, then I'm talking to you. Straight up.
That's why nobody don't like you, bro.
Cool, I'm good with that.
Don't like you, man.
Cool, hey man. As I was telling my chick the other day, the more people don't like you, the check it out. The more people don't like you, that's the less people you gotta ask you for favors. Listen, the older you get, I don't want nobody asking me for shit,
bro.
Don't ask me for a goddamn thing.
Business, man.
If you owe me money, I'm telling you, don't pay me back. I don't want you to pay me back, because if you pay me back, you're gonna feel inclined to ask me for something else. Listen, all my debts, if you owe me money, don't don't back, because that way I don't got to deal with your black.
Yeah, man. You always sneak this shit, popping, showing off. You know, that's what happened to you guys when you got a little shine. You be showing your colors, man. Calm down, Mark.
Nothing, man. I'm chilling. I'm chilling, man.
Apologize to the people, man. Apologize, man. Come on.
Apologize for what? I ain't did nothing to nobody but told them the truth. Their feelings got hurt. Their favorite people told them they was going to come out here and do all this. And I mean, do you know it's people still in that video, the $5,000 video. Every week it's people that come in there. They just are Like that video really upsets
Mark,
these people,
nobody
bro.
likes you, bro. I'm telling you.
Hey, I'm cool with it. I'm cool. Don't nobody like you neither. They just don't like us for different reasons. But they don't like you because you.
Here's the thing: they like me because I'm out here. They don't like you because you talk shit and you not even out here.
It's people that don't like you because you talk shit and you make them feel small. I try to uplift them and tell them the truth while I'm talking shit, and they don't like that. Man. So what I realize is you can't. Well, I already realized this shit a long time ago. You can't. You can't please everybody, but the people who want to get it, they get it, and that's a small amount of people. Those are the small amount of people that get it, that ain't complaining, that's thriving. The people that complain, and whine and mope, and they get in their feelings because you say, you know, ain't gonna be no. What was the first thing I was saying that was pissing people off? The peak season, they was getting mad at that. You know, it was oh my god, like so like I've had a history of triggering people, and for the likes of it, they just can't like damn, bro, like we can't get them and keep that shit keep coming to fruition. So it's like just listen. I was telling you.
Yeah, you know, I was at your boy Midwest the other day, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
I don't know if you saw the joint.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
I didn't see it. I didn't get it for some reason. I ain't been getting notifications. I don't get no notifications.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't. He didn't like when you say "f them kids."
Fuck them kids, man.
I'm just messing with you.
Man, hey man, fuck them kids. Check it out.
I'm just messing with you.
Here's the thing. If I say fuck them kids and you feel no, I'm saying if you feel something in your heart, then yeah, I'm talking to you. Because here's the thing, I never said nothing. I used a great analogy. I used a good analogy. So Kurt, let me do this for one and last time. Right, if me and you, if you own a company, it don't even got to be a company in trucking. Let's say it's a contractor. You a general contractor. You a general contractor. I'm a general contractor, and we bidding on this big $100,000 job. If you get the job, that's whatever the cost is minus the cost. Whatever you profit, that's money going into your household, right?
Right.
All right. Same thing. If I get to win the bid, that's money coming into my household. We competing for that opportunity, right? Only one person can get it, right? So if you win, that's an opportunity and that's revenue that I'm potentially losing out my household. So let's say if I got a family and I got kids, technically to me that's food coming out their mouth, and vice versa. So when I say, yo, look, when you in business and you competing, I'm not thinking about your crib, because if I thought about everybody's crib and well, this person I'm bidding against, I know he told me on the dock the other day his son has asthma and struggling and all that shit. I feel you. But at the end of the day, what about my shit? What about my household? If I feel for every single body, I'm never going to get. So when it's technically, it's like, man, fuck them kids. Because it's like, fuck them kids, because I got to think about what, my shit. My family dynamic. I got to think about my bills at the crib. It's not like a personal thing. You know what I'm saying? And I don't understand why people say, bro, I don't understand why people take this shit so
personal, man. You be talking
it's not personal. It's just what it is, Kurt.
They take it personal. I'm telling you. When you
I don't know why.
I don't know why. Because you don't have no kid, man. That's why you know what
man,
I mean?
It ain't got shit to do with it. Nigga, fuck your
it does. Man, you ain't got
we could no, okay, so fuck it. Fuck your family. Because check it out. If you got a family and I got a family and we're competing for opportunity, whoever wins, the other person loses. So the person who wins, that's revenue going into their household. If the other person thinks, well, if I win the bid, damn, bro, I'm that's like, bro, that's gonna take food out his plate. That's gonna take, man. I know he told me on the dock the other day, man, his son's struggling with asthma and he got all the hospital bills or man. Let me just let him go on and get it. Then the next opportunity you got. The competition you competing with, they got some fucking sob ass story. And Joe, man, little man just got killed, and we got to GoFundMe up, and we ain't came up with the money to bury little man.
Don't you
man,
think
so
you're a little
I
harsh
gotta.
when you say that, man? You don't think that like disrespectful? Like to tell
No,
people
it's not disrespectful.
Like look
because
at it from the other side though. Let's just
No, okay. I looked at it. I looked at it.
You got a son. Look, you got a son, right?
Yeah.
Young Mark Jr., right?
Yeah.
Right? And you watching a live stream, right?
Yeah.
And the dude on the live stream says, you know, all y'all little juniors, F y'all little juniors. You see what I'm saying? What do you
wouldn't be talking to me? Because he wouldn't be talking to me.
But your son is a junior, Mark.
No. If he said fuck them kids,
no, he said F them little juniors.
No, he wouldn't be talking about mine. If he's speaking from a business perspective, like we talking from, it wouldn't. Yeah. I wouldn't feel no way because I knew he wouldn't be talking to me.
Yeah,
well, you know why? You know why I wouldn't feel. You know why I wouldn't feel no way.
You gotta clean up your Mark.
Hold on. No, let me tell you. Let me answer the question. You know why I wouldn't feel away? Because I'm not gonna let nobody come take food off my table. I'm the guy that's gonna take food off your table. I'm the predator. This is business. I'm not the prey, bro. I'm the predator. I'm the guy. So
you look at the bigger picture. About. You don't look at the small. I look at the bigger picture. Like outcome. Here's the thing. I will never get upset.
Focus
on the outcome. I got it.
I focus on the bigger picture. I'm not going to get upset off of what someone is saying because what he's saying, if I looked at it from the other side, what he's saying is right. I want to be that person. I don't want to be the person that's constantly going bidding on shit and losing because now I got to go back to the drawing board and figure out why every job I go up for, I don't win the bid. Why am I constantly in on the short end of the stick? So anybody that feels a type of way, then yes, I'm talking directly to you because you're this. I guarantee you, if you feel somewhere in your heart, you're struggling because if you had a wolf mentality, if you had a predator mentality, you understood the landscape of business is competitive. Then you wouldn't feel no type of way. You would feel the exact same way that I do. You would continue to take food. You would continue to go out, source opportunity, bid, win, and move on to the next job. Once we bid and win, we're not thinking about, we already won that. That shit old news. We on to the next thing. We not living in the past. We not worried about Buddy and them. Man, Buddy and them, man, we came in, we did what we supposed to do. We got Buddy up out the way. Like, we not thinking about all this extra shit, bro. We not getting moist in our heart. Why? Because we knew what we came. We knew the playing field that we was getting into from the beginning. So if we losing, we gonna go back to the drawing board and figure out why we keep losing bids, why we can't win nothing. What can we do to get ahead? No, I'm not gonna feel no type of way.
Right.
So no. It's just what it is, bro. That's the difference between winners and losers.
So you said people can't take being criticized or a little criticism about, making money or being just the person not gonna go out there and kind of just make it happen.
If you can't take criticism and if you feel just the smallest thing somebody says, it affects you, bro. But
that's big to some people when you say F them kids though. Like when you say F them kids, like you like a person who have like a daughter and a son and they hear you and they're in trucking.
So
that's
you know what that means? No, because
listen. Like people think you're talking directly to my son
if they think I'm talking directly to them, then that means they have a losing mentality. Because if I'm giving an analogy and I'm saying, look, I give the same analogy the whole time. Like everybody that is in business is competing with other people in business. A customer can only go with one person. A broker for one particular load that a lot of drivers are calling for, only one truck can carry the load. You might call, I might call, it's DeWalt might call, Drove might call, 608 might call. Whoever's going to bid the best is who that broker is going to go because the broker wants to make a good amount of money too, right? So if my cost is lower than yours and I'm able to profit more because my cost is lower than you and I win, right? Then technically you got to go back to the drawing board, which is back to the load board and go back in the competition pool, right? So if that takes you another 24 hours, essentially that's taking food off your plate, right? That's taken for the day, right? Because now you're still sitting, right? So should I care about the inner workings of your family dynamic? Because if I did, then I would never get shit accomplished. Never. It's just like what happened. It's just like what happened with us last week. In any situation you look at it from a business perspective, even look at what we did earlier this week. I'm not going to go into specifics, but look what we did last weekend with the situation over there in the other country. Yeah. It's going to be winners. It's going to be losers. There's people that probably didn't have anything to do with that directly, but they were indirectly affected by it. But at the end of the day, there's decisions that have to be made for the betterment of what the fuck we got going on. If I worry about what's going on in your household, my household will never grow. It will never get better. Because at the end of the day, if I'm compassionate, the next motherfucker ain't compassionate about my shit. And granted, I am desensitized. I am from where I'm from. Like, motherfuckers die today, and where I come from, motherfuckers die all the time, bro. And guess what? In a week, we not. It's like this shit never happened, bro. But at the end of the day, business is business, bro. You cannot get personal. The moment you get personal, the moment you lost. It's what it is, bro.
But do you think when you say stuff like that, do you think your explanation, do you think you need to give an explanation behind it? I get it. I'm not talking about
the explanation. I just gave the explanation.
But when people hear it, they kind of like, whoa, like catch them off guard. But then the breakdown, you never like give a breakdown. You get what I'm saying? And so people get offended by it. It's just like the breakdown. $5,000 issue.
I just gave the breakdown. The same breakdown I just gave about the family and, you know, with the low board situation. That's the breakdown I give all the time. If you can't understand that breakdown and that analogy, then you shouldn't be in business. If you don't understand that it's every man for themselves, then you should not be in business. So when I say, yo, man, listen, Mark, man, give Buddy a chance, man. Y'all winning all these lows. Y'all winning all these moves, man. Y'all got shit ton of moves, bro. Just let one go by. Man, fuck dude. Man, I need it all. Let me tell you why, Kurt. Let me tell you why. No, hold on. I'm gonna tell you why. Because tomorrow ain't promised, bro. Right. Here's the thing. The moment you get lax, the moment you get complacent, boom, 2020 hits.
Yeah,
you didn't see it coming. The moment you get lax, the moment you get complacent, we could be in a different industry. We could be realtors. Boom, 08 hits. So now while we was living the life of rallying, 01, 02, 03, 04, we were selling houses. We were selling them more than what they were worth, and we were making this money, right? And then we made a lot of money, so we started to get complacent because we thought that shit was going to go on forever. Boom, 08 hit, fucked us up. Now we wishing we would have did what we were supposed to do while the money was coming in and while it was good. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you never leave food on the table because you don't know what tomorrow holds. Like what's going on right now. Look how many motherfuckers that came in during the pandemic that were ignorant, that ran it up even though they were ignorant, and look how they were blowing it. See, now they wishing that they would have did things a little bit differently because all that excess money that they were making, this is the money that could be utilized now to weather whatever that storm for their ignorance, the ignorance that they had when they came in. But no, they went out, they did they did the dumb shit, right? Because they thought it was going to last forever. No, nothing lasts forever, bro. Nothing lasts forever. So yes, no, if it's on the table and it's going to be me or you, I'd rather it be me. I need that. I need it all, Kurt, because tomorrow ain't promised, bro. I might need this extra to last me because what's coming every day might not come every day. It may not come every day for a 3-month period. It's been coming for a 6-month period every day, but we may have a 3-month drought where it ain't coming every day. So I need all these extras, Kurt.
No, I get it. I get it.
It's a real hustler mentality. A lot of these
hustlers.
So I don't know, bro. Shout out to D Jenkins for the other $10. D Jenkins, he agree with
it. I agree with you. I agree with you.
I only listen. But I speak to the hustlers, bro. I speak to the hustlers.
I get it. No,
I don't speak to the weak people.
Yeah. Because we were talking about that yesterday. So one of the things why, we survive and could, like all these challenges that people go through is because our hands was in everything. We were doing curbside. You were doing moving curbside, warehousing. You know what I mean? You tied up into a lot of stuff. You see what I'm saying? But now people just lock into one thing and then not trying to get their hand into other things. You see what I'm saying? And that kind of puts you you're at a vulnerable spot. And that's why so many people just like, yo, it's bad out here. It's bad. Even brokers, man. I'm telling you, bro, brokers are crying because they're losing customer now. Because again, in the pandemic, when they, they were getting the rates and they were have these customers, now you got brokers that are undercutting those guys and paying, charging the customer less. So now you have a customer for 15 years. That guy left you because Mark Transportation that came along and now decided going to do it for $9,000 less than what you were charging him a year ago. You see what I'm saying? So it's everybody's feeling it, bro. Everybody's feeling it. Trust me, everybody's feeling it.
Yeah, I need it all, bro. I need it.
And again, and just like and listen, and let me say this: just like a lot of drivers are struggling out here, and a lot of drivers are losing and crashing out, a lot of brokers are crashing out too. It's not just drivers. I mean, this industry is getting a sweep. You see what I'm saying? So
it's getting correction.
It's getting bad, man, and it's I don't know, man. So yeah, but anyway, thank you for your sneak this and cleaning up here.
It wasn't a sneak this. It wasn't a sneak this. I was direct. Listen, if you feel some type of way, then I feel sorry for you. Like, I would never get upset because somebody said that, because I would understand why they saying that, and I would understand that I wouldn't be on the other side. I'm on the side of that individual. I'm taking food.
No, I get it. I understand, because even when I talk to my brokers, even when I do live stream and I talk to my brokers, I'm like, come on, man, give them box truck driver a chance. You heard them. For what? You think I'm gonna pay a guy top rate and they don't know shit? You think I'm gonna school a guy out to make money a year? Man, F them dudes. You're right.
I heard a broker on your live stream say, man, F them dudes.
Yeah, I was picking up for the drivers. I was like, come on, man, don't talk to them. Teach them dudes. They're like, no, F them dudes. And I'm like,
but see, that's similar to what I'm saying. Everybody has their best interest in mind, because it's dog eat dog. Like I'm out here in this cesspool of competition too. Nobody has my back. I got my back. I'm not going to have your back. It's your job to have your back. So if you drawing off feelings, if the slightest little thing a person is saying to you is hurting your little feelings and shit, then I'm telling you, this ain't the industry for you. It's right. You know what I'm saying? It's not the industry for you. Go do something else, because I really don't care if you disagree. Like I say it all the time, bro. I'm too old. You should have called me in my 20s when I was more concerned about what people thought. You dig what I'm saying? I'm too old, bro. Like, I really don't give two fucks what you think. You can see me in public and not see. I when I was concerned and just in that woke. When you in your 20s, you be woke and shit, and you be trying to figure out why and all this goofy shit. I don't give a fuck about that shit no more. I'm just one of the reasons probably is because I'm older and I've seen a lot. I've learned that people only care about themselves. I had one situation in my 20s where I was just questioning, why is this the way it is? And then that was what I guess woke me up to realize, like, yo, motherfuckers only care about what they got going on, they situation. Whatever they personal shit, people only care about themselves. If they do care about other people, it's people within their tight-knit inner circle.
Unless they want, people don't really, there's genuine, people they don't really care about you more. They honestly don't. You know what I mean?
I know that.
Everything is just their best interest, and
their best interest.
What I mean? It's funny because, and we're going to get on to the show, but it's funny because when we were talking about the same situation that we're going to get into today, and I was mentioning, like, Mark, you ever notice why, like, even when we do trucking back in the days versus now, or we just do it different? And we were talking about the loyalty and the connection and the people and the rate and the broker, it's just a whole different thing now, where now you like back then we knew, like people were for themselves, but now it's like it's just obvious more. You get what I'm trying to say? Like it's just like out there, like you really like see it out there now. You know what I mean?
So it was less ignorant. So when I started in 2010, when you started in 2011, at that point, this industry wasn't glamorized. It wasn't popularized. Like the people that were getting into it had some sort of business acumen, because they at that time period, if you were going to invest into a business, you did your due diligence. You did what a person traditionally would do that's about to take a big step. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, with social media glamorizing, be your own boss. This just happens to be one of those industries where, the barrier to entry, and I'm speaking from the box truck perspective, box truck cargo van, let's say, and maybe gig too. The barrier to entry is so low that, individuals come out to start their own business, and because it's glamorized and popularized, there's the ignorance is coming with that glamour, right? There's a lot of ignorance. Like people aren't, because back then it might have been, and I'm exaggerating the number. Every day there might have been one or two people, and I know this is not true. I'm just making a point. One or two people may have entered into this industry, whereas today it may be 1,000 people a day entering into this industry, and then the more people that are entering, the more ignorance. People aren't doing what they're supposed to do. The mindset has shifted, right?
Well,
people want that quick buck because they see people stunting on Instagram and TikTok, so they're looking for something that they can turn over a large amount of revenue so that they can return back to TikTok and Instagram and stunt. Oh, it's just a different. It's just a
we never have those, but we never have TikTok, we never have Instagram, and then we never have nowhere to go to vent more than just figure it out. Nowadays, I feel like people, they got these social media where they can go and sit in front of a camera and just cry and all that shit. That we never have that. You see what I'm saying?
Even if it was a social media to vent, you wouldn't have caught me on there. In my toughest days and my darkest days, the last thing I had was time to go sit on the internet in front of a bunch of fucking strangers and tell them all my fucking business, bro. And complain about some shit.
You have no social connection, bro. You don't understand.
Because I'm a realist, bro. I'm not gonna go sit on the internet and complain about some shit that a bunch of strangers are watching, and then they're just going to share it, and then nobody's going to help. I still have to solve the problem. So what I'm saying is the time that's being taken to vent to a bunch of strangers, I could be spending that time solving the issue, making calls, doing what I need to do to solve the problem, bro. That's the thing. When people come, we're going to get into this reaction. Like you're complaining to a bunch of people that are laughing at you.
Right.
50% of the people are laughing at you. The other 50% sympathize with you because they in the same boat. The strong are either laughing at you or not paying attention to you altogether.
Right.
Because they don't have time, bro.
Right. So you say people that's what it is. They got too much time though to be sitting down doing all this shit.
I think if you're a business owner, you're gonna if you're a business owner, you're going to be faced with problems now and again, right? And as a business owner, one, you should know this. Two, you should be prepared for this financially and both mentally, right? Yeah. What do I always say? If you can't solve a problem, you'll never be successful at business, right? So the last place you should come to is the internet and complain. That time that you're spending, that energy that you're spending, you should be spending that same time and energy solving the problem. Yeah, because the people that you're complaining to, ain't nobody going to help you. 50% laughing at you. The other 50% sympathize with you, but them ain't the people that you need in your corner neither, because they just like you.
Right. Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, what we talking about, bro?
Yeah. And the people that sit on the internet, and some people just want to be in your business, and some people want to watch you so they can find ways how to not move forward with what they're doing. So they're like, see, I told you, that's why I'm not starting a trucking business. You know what I mean? So you're right, man. This is not cut out for everybody, bro. I swear to God, this is not built for everybody. You know, it's sad, man, but it's just, I'm telling you, bro, I'm out here, my brother out here, we're running. I'm dealing with the brokers. We run around, and I'm telling you, bro, it's ugly. I'm talking to people that I've spoke to in 4 years, bro. 3 years, 2.5 years. People dig my number up and call me, and just they're dying, bro. They're dying. It's bad.
Anybody that ain't heard from in 4 years, don't call me when you fucked up. See, that's what I'm saying. Like if you don't call me just to say, man, I'm just checking on you, man. How you doing? Don't call me. And that goes back to what I'm talking about earlier. Like people only call you when they fucked up. Don't call me when you fucked up. Call me when you're doing good. I want to hear from you when you're doing good. Don't call me when you need something from me. And see that goes back to what I'm saying. So that proves my point. People only have their best interest in heart. See, when they need something from you, when they fucked up, in the 4 years when shit was going well or okay for them, man, let me call
Pandemic
the person who helped me get started, and let me just check on and see how they doing. But the moment they get fucked up, they need you. So it's their best interest again. It's not genuine.
Oh, trust me, I know, bro.
All right. So a person is always going to do what's best for them. As soon as you give them the information, they gone. Cool.
Yeah.
But man, just tapping in with you, man. Just checking. Ain't heard from you in a minute, man. You Gucci? It's nothing wrong with that. It's always, man. I know it's been 4 years, but man, bro, I'm dying out here, man. It's fucked up.
I lost my truck, and man,
everybody want to hear that shit.
To you. Man, I lost my truck, and man, I just get laid off, man, and I'm, my job ain't paying shit, man. I want to go back and get a box truck, man. Can you help me come back out Kirky fresh? Yeah, I'm getting them calls, bro. Yep. Wife losing their job. I had a guy the other day, his wife get cut off on I guess him and his wife and his wife and his sister work at the same place, and both of them get fired.
Wow, they got fired?
They get fired. They get part of the because they fire a lot of the up here in New York, and my wife's cousin, they gave a lot of people on her level a lot of they get fired. They take their badge and they fired them. I think FedEx just fired a bunch of people too. So one guy called me, and his wife and his sister work for the same company. They get fired at the same time. So now he wants to come out and start over back with his box truck and all of that shit. It's bad out here, bro. It's bad.
All right, it's really bad. Let's get into this video, man, so we can hear some more complaints.
So you got to be nice to people, Mark, because they're going through a rough time, man.
No. I am nice to people. No. What I've learned since I started this content creation shit is the truth is what hurts the people. Yeah. Truth hurts. And a lot of people don't want the truth. That's the thing, Kurt. People don't want it. They don't want it because they want to live in this fictitious fucking mind state. And then they don't want to face the truth, because when the truth hits you, what do? You have to go into problem solving mode. You have to use critical thinking skills. And what I've come to learn to realize since I've been creating content, doing the call-in show and talking to people, is a lot of people, they just don't harbor those skills.
Right.
They rather avoid it and keep their fingers crossed. Oh, I hope my truck never breaks down. I hope I never get a flat tire. I hope this never happens. I hope that never happens. But the truth of the matter is if you plan on having a long, illustrious career, those odds are against you. Something's going to happen. And when it does happen, you have to be prepared for it, both mentally, financially. You have to be strong. And if you're not, then guess what? I'm going to still be here telling you the shit was going to happen anyway. And you're going to get upset because you're emotional and you're in your feelings. Because you were never meant to be out here in the first place. Only the strong survive, Kurt. The weak will always perish.
But see, when you say that to people, they say that you're a character killer, because some people in their mind, based on what they're doing, they're, oh dear, you say I'm not supposed to be out here. You see what I'm saying? So that's where people say you're a dream.
No. If you don't do what's in your best interest, and you're emotional and you're soft, and you are living in this fictitious world, and you're keeping your fingers crossed, and you And because you carry yourself like that, when something does occur, you are a fucking wreck and you don't know what to do, and then you crash out and burn. Yeah, you're not supposed to be out here. See, here's the thing, Kirk. Would you rather me tell you the truth, or would you rather me tell you a lie?
No, I want the truth. Yeah. No, I agree with you.
Even if the truth is not what you expected.
Right.
All right. So boom. I'd rather tell you the truth and you not like me than tell you a lie so that we could be buddies. I don't give a fuck if you like me or not. I keep telling you, I'm too old. I don't give two flying farfignuggins. Right? So I'm going to tell you the truth. So at the end of the day, when you finally realize it, you're going to be like, damn, buddy was telling me the truth the whole time. I'd rather you circle back on the back end and be like, damn, buddy was telling the truth than finesse you up front to get you to like me, for you to find out the truth. Hold on, for you to find out the truth later and then be like, dude, cap.
Yeah, but let me ask you this. Okay, so you made a great point, and I agree with you 100%. Don't think I'm disagreeing with you, but what you got to understand also, and I get where you're coming from, but you have to understand that a lot of the marketing strategy that goes on the internet based off of just watching social media, because it is a marketing strategy to get people to believe a certain type of way. People are going to get offended by you telling them the truth because that's not what is being marketed to them. You see what I'm saying? It's no offense to you. It's not no offense to you. And you're 100% right. They're going to come back and realize that you're not marketing. You're just telling them the plain truth, right? Don't misunderstand what I'm saying. But what is being marketed to them on the other side, the lifestyle, like you say, dude go make money, come back and show, you know the videos and all this shit. That's what's been marketing to them en masse. You see what I'm saying? So they are going to take offense to you saying certain things like, yeah, you got to do this. And yeah, because that's not what's been marketed to them. And I think that is one of the challenges as a content creator you face out here when dealing with people.
Not a challenge to me. Not a challenge. Because
not to you, but to them, because they're ignorant to what's going on.
That's their fault. That's their fault. I'm not a middle American. If something sounds too good to be true, then it is. I even did a reaction to a billionaire that was getting interviewed by the School of Hard Knocks kid, and he asked him a question. He said, look, if something sounds too good to be true, it is. My OG taught me that as a kid. Like, so if you're a grown individual and you hear something that sounds too good to be true, and then you take all whatever you got and you invest and you believe this dumb shit, then that's on you. If somebody tells you you can start with $5,000 or less, you can start with this itty bitty little bit of pinch a smidget of money, and you can make all this money that's out of frame, that shit sounds too good to be true. Because if this was the case, then why the fuck everybody ain't doing it? And when it was the case, for that 1.5 years during the pandemic, when it was the case, when the most ignorant person could come out here and be successful, everybody was doing it. When something is too good to be true, everybody's going to do it. The one time it was too good to be true, everybody was doing it. The problem is you still have a lot of people trying to do it and they're ignorant. All right? I'm not no fool. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people out here are fools. I'm going to call you a fool. I'm going to call you a sucker. Where I'm from in Chicago, we call you goofy.
Yo, goof ass. Goofy as hell.
If you get called goofy, then that's exactly what you is. I'm not finna never let nobody tell me if you put $1 down, you gonna win $1 million. The only thing that I know paying them type of odds is the lotto, and that's a 1 in a multi-million chance. I'm not gonna let no guy on the internet tell me that, bro.
Yeah.
If you believe that you's a sucker, you are absolutely positively a sucker. And a sucker is born every day, Kurt. It's a hustler born every day, and it's a sucker born. It's more suckers born than hustlers.
All right.
You know why? Because majority of people fail. Majority of people allow themselves to get misled. So, no, I hear you, but I don't feel bad. I don't feel bad for a grown person that is naive because they want to run it up so they can go back on Instagram and TikTok to flex. Because that's ultimately why they're allowing their mind to be jaded with this bullshit. It's not for the hopes of being successful as an entrepreneur. It's the hopes of what I was told and the potential revenue it could bring for me to take that revenue, go and do some dumb shit with it so I can go back on TikTok and flex with it. That's what it is, Kurt. So it is what it is. Big Mark don't, Big Mark don't care, bro. I don't give a fuck.
Nah, I understand.
You ready?
Yeah. Go ahead, man.
Yo, what up, YouTube? It's your brother YT. Wake 'em up, back at it again with another video. Hey, what's up to all the truck drivers? We appreciate y'all for what y'all do. But listen, truck driving is not meant for everybody. It's a tough.
So based off what he said initially, he said we appreciate y'all for what y'all do. So we already know this guy is reacting to these people that we gonna react to. I just didn't want to go find them individually, but we know he's not a trucker. So we can't take anything that he says. We just can't take anything he says at face value because he just a content creator that's not in trucking that's reacting to a bunch of truckers crying and complaining.
Tough industry.
Right.
It's breaking people. Before they even get a foot in the door, really, they got one in, one out. And I'm not talking about they still in the streets. AI, man. I mean, there are some drivers that's still in the streets. Those the ones, they might get caught. But shout out to all the ones that's doing what they supposed to do, that's putting in all of those hours over the road so that we can have items on our shelves, man, so that we can have food on our shelves and so that others can get their shipments transported, right? It's not an easy job, and we're going to get into that. That's why a lot of people are quitting on top of the tariffs, on top of rates being lower than ever, right? You can't even get a good load these days. Sometimes these drivers are even taking loads for a lesser amount.
Tariffs don't got shit to do with why people quitting.
Right.
And you could tell he's reading off of off of something, bro. So he's not a trucker. We can't take what he's saying. He don't know nothing.
Than what they wanted to. But we going to get into it. I ain't going to talk too much. Family, you already know what to do. And if you're brand new too, thumbs up this video so YouTube can push this content out. Smash subscribe to join the tribe. And ring the post notification bell as well. All right, let's get into it.
Just like that, we're done. That's it.
Oh, man.
14 years on the road, or 14 years driving.
That's crazy.
Time to hang the keys up. Literally, right there. Hang them up. I'm done. I think this was my final trip. I know this was my final trip. No more truck life. No more road life. I'm ready to go home and see what's in store. Y'all be safe on those road drivers. I'll still be here, but I said I won't be in the truck. I'll be home. So follow, or keep following me, see what I got going on. Should be an interesting journey. Peace. One door closes and another one opens. Out of here.
I am so upset right now. Like,
that's one of your girls, Mark.
I've worked so fucking hard.
Your trucker
this
buddy,
weeks, bro.
Ain't one of my
Dad did not complain.
Huh?
I don't know her.
I've busted my ass these past 2 weeks, bro. These past 3 weeks, I worked so fucking hard, bro. Like, I don't even want to do this shit no more. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. I don't even want to be a truck driver, bro. This shit is so frustrating. I busted my ass, bro. When I tell y'all I've been driving 10 hours, 12 hours, I've been driving long ass hours, bro.
She said she been driving 10 hours, bro. This girl is in tears. She's in tears, bro. She said this was the toughest 2 weeks of her life. 2 weeks. She drove 10 hours, bro.
She emotional.
We're gonna talk about. Hold on.
Just for my mentor not to sign my paper for what reason, I don't even fucking know, bro. And it fucking sucks because I've been nothing but nice to this man, and this man just treating me like shit for no.
Man, nobody give a fuck about that nice shit, bro. Listen, everybody want bro. Don't nobody care about that shit, bro. What you talking about? Motherfuckers want shit done. Motherfuckers do not give a fuck about yo nothing. Motherfuckers want shit done, bro. Like, man, bro, see all this emotional shit, bro.
That's what I'm telling you,
bro. I did nothing to this man, bro. And my feelings are so hurt right now.
Her feelings are hurt.
Calm down, Mark.
Yo, goofy as hell.
Have a heart attack,
bro. Listen. Because this goes back to what we was talking about. Kurt, I ain't seen this shit. I haven't seen this. All right, so boom, you sent it to me. I watched the first little part of the dude talking, and then you sent it to me. I said, well, I'll react to it online.
Yeah.
This is what we was talking about in the monologue, Kurt. See, she'll be the type of person that will get upset at that shit, bro. Now, we ain't no woman shit. We not going with the woman shit. Why? You came into trucking. You a trucker. We not looking at you different from a man. You are a trucker. Y'all said women, equal rights, and all that. What's that shit called? The equal rights? EEOOOIIIEE.
Yeah.
All that shit you can do what a man do, which I think this is something that they can actually do. This ain't like moving or some shit like that. Roofing and some shit like that. So I think they can actually do this. She's crying because she drove 10 hours for 2 weeks. And some guy was
appreciated. Yeah, some guy disrespect her.
No, she didn't say he disrespected. She said, bro, I've been so nice to him, bro. I don't know why the guy, bro. Bro, why you know, bro? Bro, why you know, bro?
Oh, man.
No, bro. What I tell you, Kurt? I said, you come on here complaining, you're going to have motherfuckers that sympathize with you because they goofy like you, or people going to be laughing at you. There's no way on God's green earth, bro. There's no way on God's green earth. I'm finna come on the internet and cry about a guy that told me to go drive. Because that's all he did. He told her to go drive and stay out on the road. You dig what I'm saying? He said, go drive, stay your ass out on the road, and don't come back until I tell you to. And she said, oh, bro, I don't know, bro.
Yo, they're going to get you, man.
Bro, what I'm going to do? 10 hours, bro. 10 hours, bro. Bro, I done did moves. Listen, I've been on physical moves for 14 and 16 hours, bro.
Oh, man. Tell me about it, bro.
So I don't want to hear this shit, bro.
I'm gonna fucking cry, bitch, but my feelings are so hurt right now, bro.
Hold on.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more.
Hold on, bro.
Like, it's just...
Hold on.
Yo, it's that Mark off today.
I'm so hurt right now. I'm not even gonna fucking cry, bitch, but my feelings are so hurt right now, bro. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I don't want to do this shit no more.
Oh, like, man,
maybe trucking is just not for me, bro.
See that? 2 weeks. She been busting her behind all over the road, all over the country, doing that work. And it sounded like she got let go or she got treated bad to the point she don't even want to be a driver no more. She's having a realization that trucking is not for her. Either way, man, this industry has broke her. I told you it's not for everybody. You see how she is? They got this lady crying. She is distraught. Sheesh.
So the truck drivers are quitting en masse due to the tariffs and what's not going to be coming into the United States anymore. And I would say don't panic, because where one would see like, oh my God, everybody's going to be quitting, recession. I think this is an opportunity for us to begin just creating our own products here in America, in the United States, so that we don't have to worry about what's going in and what's coming out. If we're creating everything right here for us, by us, we won't have to worry about what is going in and what is coming out. So guys, don't panic. Everybody, let's just start manufacturing, producing, agriculture, all of that. Like, it's time for Americans to depend on Americans and actually make America great. How about?
I like that. I can. That makes sense. She's not a trucker. Yeah, she's not a trucker clearly, but she's thinking with common sense. She's looking at the entire landscape of it with a clear mind. Mm-hmm. She's not emotionally attached because she's not in trucking, but from an economical standpoint, what she's saying makes good sense.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That. Don't panic. Find a way and make one.
Find a way and make one.
I like how she say that. She said find a way and make one, right? And that's what I'm saying. Like it's crazy. But yeah, man, it's
you can't be on the internet as a trucker crying and complaining. It's just what it is, bro. Like,
good old CAU taught me that. You feel me? So yeah, we good, y'all. We good. Everybody.
I stopped driving trucks because I realized I was capped. I was only able to make $250, max $300 per day. And also at the time, I had an LLC. So back when I first got my CDL, y'all, I created an LLC because I knew trucking wasn't my end-all, be-all. I knew I wanted to be a business owner. I knew I wanted to invest into something else outside of trucking. So created the LLC, and I got truck driving experience. So I stayed in the industry for 3-4 years. And I'm like, you know what? I start coming up with a plan. So as I was driving trucks, I start creating side hustles. My side hustles start paying me way more than way more than the trucking job was. I'm like, bro, I'm driving a truck for 16 to 17 hours per day, and I'm only able to make max $300 versus me doing my side.
Fuck he driving for?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. I'm trying to figure that out too.
Hustles that's paying me 3 times than driving a truck. So I'm like, oh no, it's time for me to take that risk. So back in 2024 of February, I stopped. My last job was Quickcrete. It was a flatbed company. I was able to make 60, 70,000, but the hours just wasn't matching up to me. So I called it quits, and yeah, I'm here now.
Max 300. Who did you work for? I thought truckers made way more than that. I know. I could have swore truckers make way more than that. I know on paper, I done seen the numbers now. He must not have been an owner-operator. He was just working under a company, okay?
He don't know what he talking about. He not a trucker, bro. I got homies that make twice as much as that in a day, local as company drivers. No cap. So he don't know what he talking about. Buddy, I don't know what the other buddy, who he driving for, where he driving 17. First, where he driving 17 hours in a day.
And then he said it was a flatbed, so I don't know.
Yeah, so I don't know, bro.
I understand that. But hold on, family. Drop a comment below. Is that a fair rate? 300? Or was he getting played? But yeah, that's how you do it, family. You want to start you some side hustles that can overtake your income, right? If you can start making more than you make at your 9-to-5 off of your side hustles, then it makes sense to quit. So from his perspective, his makes sense. He did the right thing. And he had a plan, though. He planned, I'm going to work this job for a little bit of time, about 3 years, 4 years. And then eventually, once these side hustles kick off to the point I don't have to depend on trucking no more, I'm out of here. I respect that.
All right, y'all. This the end, man. I'm coming off the road, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I cleaned my bunk out and all that. You know what I'm saying? I just started.
Wait, hold on, bro.
I quit out there and trucking after 2 weeks, bro.
Bro, fuck that. See, this is what I'm talking about. This nigga, is he sitting up in there with a cashmere sweater on, bro? A fuchsia cashmere sweater, bro? This goes back. See, Kurt, everything that I said in the monologue, why I don't care, why I'm just going to tell you the truth, because people doing this shit for the wrong reason, bro. Yeah. Trucking, not only are they doing the trucking shit to think they're going to run up the money real quick, they doing trucking just for the content, too. Why are you in a truck with a pink cashmere sweater on, bro?
Right. Yeah. Gotta be good. Gotta look good for Instagram and TikTok, man.
Look, the shades, the tint in the shades match the sweater.
Right.
It's TikTok, bro. It's all for the TikTok. I call it TikTok, bro, because it's childish to me. It's childish. I call it TikTok. Listen, Kurt, I still can't figure out how to work TikTok. I gave up on it. I created a Mark the Mentor page when I first started. I ain't put nothing on that page in over a year. I can't figure it out. I'm like, bro, I'm smart. Why I can't figure this shit out? TikTok. I can't figure it out. The little kids, they be figuring that shit out. You see them doing their little dances and they be creating the little things and shit and they be making it twist and turn and all that shit. I can't figure that shit out.
He's in a cashmere sweater.
He in a pink cashmere sweater, Killer Cam, with the pink, with the shades, with the pink tint to match the pink cashmere. He made sure he put his little chain out. This is for the clean out. This is for the content. He quit for two. I quit OTR. All right, so let's just talk about this. I quit OTR trucking after 2 weeks. So he just like old girl.
Yeah.
2 weeks. But see, Kurt. Now you see why they mad.
Yeah.
You see why?
No,
they soft. Ain't soft, Kurt. That's what it is. Soft as hell.
With this company 2 weeks ago. It's the end. Y'all are coming off the road, baby. All right, y'all. So as y'all can see, their truck is not damaged or anything, man. The truck is not damaged. Everything was perfectly fine. Shout out to KG for giving me this opportunity.
Why is he wearing a sweater? Look at the weather, bro.
That's what I'm saying. He had to make this is all for the content, bro. It ain't. This is that generation, bro. I'm telling you.
Oh man,
this was a part of the plan, bro. Listen, I'm gonna go out. I'm gonna get the CDL. I'm gonna go through the journey. I'm gonna document the journey on my TikTok. That should get me about 500,000 views. Then I'm gonna go drive for a company, right?
Oh, man.
So I'm gonna drive for a company for 6 months to a year. That should give me a couple million views. But then once they get out here, it's a lot more work. They're like, man, fuck this shit. Let me go find something else to make TikToks about. Make me a TikTok about something else.
Oh man.
Like when you gotta lay out you a fit, bro. First of all, it's the summertime and you got on. That ain't even really cashmere. Now that he got out the truck, I don't know what that is, bro. That's some nappy shit. That's some nappy something. I don't know what it is. It's not
cashmere, man. You a hater, man.
Nah, I ain't no hater. I'm keeping it a buck. Kurt.
And it's long sleeve at 100 degrees.
Kurt, you know he did it purposely because he got the shades.
Hey, you should have bring him to Chicago that night we was going out so you could give him some dress code.
The tent and the shade. Listen, if he would have wore that out in Chicago in this weather, bro, everywhere we would have went, motherfuckers would have been calling him.
Goofy as hell.
You did what I'm saying? So like, you knew he did it purposely because the tent and the shades, you know what I'm saying, matched the. You did what I'm saying, matched the. I'm just gonna say the sweater. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
You can't afford cashmere, man. That's how you upset me.
No, boy, cashmere, bro. Don't nobody wear cashmere no more, bro. I don't know what that is. It ain't cashmere though. I don't know what that is. So, this is just for content. This is for content purposes only. I think quitting trucking. I think that's the new wave.
Yeah.
I think these guys are just content plants. They not really real truckers.
This is a great company and all that, and I totally agree, man. I ain't been with this company up for 3 weeks, but for one, man, I just feel like I got a calling, a purpose that's way higher for me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I want to get into videography, photography, and the crazy thing is, I was into that before I actually started driving a truck, but I had stopped it just to start truck driving. And truck driving is a great career and all that type of stuff. And I am going to find me a local job, but I just know me, bro. I'm in tune with myself, and I just know, bro, that is, man, I know my calling. I know what I really want to do. And this is what I'm gonna go after. I already got things lined up. I already got people lined up, and I just want to go hard at that. And I just want to build my business doing that. But I'm still gonna be driving the truck because bills are getting paid and things like that. But I'm 22 years old. I ain't got no kids. I ain't got no wife or nothing. So everything is all about me. So
hey, Mark, that's you, man.
I just know it. Bro, you know what I'm saying?
He said he's 22 years old, bro.
So
he's
confused.
He's confused, bro. He thought. Here's the problem with them.
What you were doing when you were 22, man? Tell us what you were doing when you was 22, man.
I was a full-time student. I had 2 full-time jobs.
So
you already beasting out. I was a full-time student. I worked in the stockroom. I was a stockroom supervisor at the Gap. I was a supervisor by the time I was 22. I worked there 8 hours a day, 2 to 11 Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and 8 to 5 Saturday and Sunday. I had a set schedule. And then I did promotions at night. I was a street team representative. So after I get off work at 11, I go home, change. I head right back downtown, and I'd be outside nightclubs passing out. Back there, we were passing out sample cassettes, sample CDs. I'd go inside the club. I service the DJ vinyl. You know what I'm saying? I snipe the poles. I hang up we called it sniping the poles. Hang up the poster board, staple them around, slide them up the pole, and I would go out. I would have to do that. Whatever clubs were popping each night of the week, I did that. By 5:30, I was back at home, and if it was a weekday night, by 7:30, I was back up, and I had to head to the train to go back to school. So when I hear shit like this, bro, I don't feel bad, bro. I've been working and hustling since I was old enough to work and hustle. Before I was old enough to work and hustle, I used to look forward to snow, and I would go out and shovel snow. Like I don't, bro. I do not feel bad for these people, bro. I don't.
Yeah. It's crazy. It is crazy.
But the thing that differentiated like people from our generation versus this new generation is once we found something, we stuck with it, bro.
We stuck with it. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So we didn't let
nothing never phase
things phase us, right? We persevered because what they do is they go do one thing and then they hit a stump. They hit a roadblock week 1, week 2, like we see, and they're like, fuck this shit. They go do something else.
Yeah, and guys like him, this guy right here, and many of these other truckers that I see, they easily bought into other people's telling them things. Like, you know what I mean? They easily, they watch these videos and all these other content and all these other people that they surround themselves in that talk them out of their career as a trucker, or just talk them out of the industry. And so sometimes you see people come on the internet, like, it's not just they're quitting, it's just like, and you're gonna see what I'm talking about at the end, because there's a guy that's gonna come and you're gonna see what he display. But what I'm saying, some of these people are not making that decision on their own. You see what I'm saying? Man, you driving them truck, like that girl example. Man, you driving them truck for so many hours and you getting all this money, and man, you better. You see what I'm saying? So they bought into those type of stuff. You see what I'm saying? They bought
into the hype to come in, and they buying into the hype to come out.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying? So like you said early on, it's like a trick. You know what I mean? And like this guy right here, when he says that, oh, I've been doing video, he's a video writer, makes video and photo shoots and all of that, and that's his calling. Bro, let me explain this to you. When it's your calling, you know it's your calling. You don't try 10 things to know that's your calling. You see what I'm saying? When if you're good at something, I'm not saying you can't try something else, but if you're good at something, that's gonna always be primary over anything else that's gonna come. It's just like, again, we were talking, transportation is a big open industry. You see what I'm saying? Moving, final mile, OTR, local, box truck, cargo van, you got cars now. You see what I'm saying? It's an open thing. So you got people that me and that start from cars that know in a semi. But you got some people that started with a cargo van and quit. You see what I'm saying? So you really gotta just know, like once is what you want to do, and you really stay focused and just get up that ladder. It's easy, but as you can see, a lot of these people they can't even last a week, 2 weeks.
It's crazy.
You see what I'm saying? They can't last 2 weeks, and then some of these people is the same. Some of these people are the same set of people that be in your comment section or in your live. Well, I was in trucking, and trucking is trash, and I never did, and this, and like, you see what I'm saying? Like they're going under the Facebook group and all of that. There's so many. They got more opinion than people that actually doing this shit, and that's why I'm like, man, it's just crazy how that people move out here. You see what I'm saying? But
influencers influence. So there's so many like you have this new category of, or this new industry, I should say, called influencers. Like Forbes just did a top 50 highest paid influencer. So for Forbes to do a top 50 highest earning influence so far this year, we're only 6 months in. That should just let you know that this industry, you know, the industry with itself is dominated. And if the industry is dominating, that means people are doing their job and they're doing it well, and people are actually influencing people. Mr. Beast, for instance, I mean, I wouldn't consider him an influencer. I think he just does scripted content, but like he's made $80 million so far this year, and we're 6 months in, right? So there's other influencers on that list that actually influence. So that's where we're at today in society. You have people that are influencing people, and this generation,
and there are people that influence those people to come out, right?
And they go to the platforms that host the influencers. I mean, you're an influencer. You know, I'm an influencer. I mean, I don't think, like when I came in, I didn't expect, you know, I learned that I was this once I came in, because it's still new to me. But you have people that influence the right way, but then you also have people who influence the wrong way. You also have people who are ignorant, who see the trends. They go and look at the Google Trends to see what industries are trending, where, you know, people are actually looking at that content, and then they infiltrate those industries and they start making content. And because they're ignorant and they haven't indulged in the industry from a business perspective, they give a lot of information that's generic. They give a lot of misinformation. But because they're able to grow a large enough platform where people can take what they say at face value, it misinforms and it misleads people, because people don't do their own due diligence, because due diligence is now influence. If that makes sense.
Right.
What used to be due diligence is now who influences you. So if you
nobody research no more,
right?
Yeah,
so
right.
You are the research.
Exactly.
That's the thing. You are the research, and depending on how popular you are, right, it determines how many people you can lead to a path of success, or how many people you can mislead. But what we've also learned is that the people that are credit worthy are the people that this generation specifically tends to stray away from, right?
Yeah.
Because anybody that's been invested in any business and done it, the stuff that you want to hear, you're not going to hear it.
Yeah.
And everybody wants to be sold this fucking fairy tale, this dream, it's hope and shit.
Yeah.
So, you know, even him, like, bro, there's no way as a trucker, like, I'm putting on a hot ass sweater, and that's clearly the only thing he had, and you got the frames to match. That's how you know it was done purposely, bro, to do trucking content, because a real trucker gonna be like, bro, who's driving a truck in a goddamn pink cashmere sweater?
Like,
you see what I'm saying? So
dress down to make the content. Yeah.
Dress down to make the content.
And that's just what I'm finna focus on. I don't have.
And then he said something before I play it. He said videography is his thing. If videography is your thing, he could have stuck with videography. You jump from videography, which you saying is your thing, to trucking. Now you want to go back to videography because of your passion. After you only did this shit 2 weeks, you could have just stayed in videography. So,
no regret about it or anything like that. I'm gonna just say this: a lot of people want to do things and they never go out there because they scared of what society think, they scared of what people think, and all that type of stuff. Even if you have a following, you scared of what your followers think. Me personally, I don't give a fuck. You know, so I'm gonna go after what I want to do, and this is what I want to do. I'm 100% confident about it. All I have to do is position myself to go after it. I'm not getting back on the road. If I want me a local job, I have to be home daily. Even if I have to hop in a dump truck to be home daily and focus on what I want to do and focus on my God-given talent and develop my talent, this what the fuck is gonna take, bro. You know what I'm saying? So, man, I appreciate all y'all support. I'm still home. I'm still friends with the homies. We still gonna be linking up this over the road, bro. But, man, I just got to call. And I did everything I ever wanted to do on the road. Now I met up with baddies in different cities. I know went to different clubs. I know went to different.
Prove my point, Kurt. We ain't even gotta watch this shit no more. He just proved it. Everything that I said in the monologue, he just said it.
Yeah.
You done linked up with the baddies in every city. You done went to the clubs in different cities. Like, so you going to the places and you going with the wrong intention. See, Kurt, everything that I said at the beginning. So this is when I say, well, I don't be caring, because I know the people that they feelings get hurt, they like him.
Right. Yeah.
So
no, I get it. I get it.
I've been out of different cities and stuff like that. All of this cool and dandy, you know what I'm saying? I'm still calling. I did everything I ever wanted to do on the road. Now I met up with baddies in different cities. I know went to different clubs. I know went to different bars. I been out of different cities and stuff like that. All of this cool and dandy, you know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna be traveling, but man, I got a purpose to fulfill. Like,
he did all that in 2 weeks.
Mark, you don't go nowhere, bro.
Hey, bro, I go a lot.
You,
hey, Kurt, I go a lot of places. No.
You
Kurt,
don't go nowhere, man.
No, Kurt, I go a lot of places. House. I just don't tell you about it. I don't come to the internet and tell y'all all my business. You don't go nowhere,
man. Stay in your house, man. Stay in the house, man.
I just don't tell you about it. I don't come to the internet and tell my business. And you know what? Listen, when I'm in the house, I'm in the house. You dig what I'm saying? So when I'm in the house, I'm in the house. When I'm not in the house, I'm not in the house. But here's the thing. Man. All these guys that are complaining, guess where they want to be, Kirk?
In the house.
All right, then. So at the end of the day, what
you
do
just
you really
said it.
want?
These ain't gotta be on every day.
All right. So here's the thing. You know how you get to the house? You gotta stay down till you come up.
Right.
So at the end of the day, you have to stay down until you come up.
Yeah.
And I'm thankful. I you know what? Because I'm thankful that social media and all this shit didn't exist when I was younger. Because you know what? I probably would have fell victim to the two. Who knows? You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So low key, I think nowadays for younger individuals, especially individuals in their 20s, you have to really have a strong mindset to stay focused.
But he's in a good position though. He doesn't have any kid, right? He's not married, right?
Yeah, he in a good position.
And I feel like if he can schedule his passion around trucking. You see what I'm saying? I think if he kind of like put a plan together, like say, I'm gonna do trucking for a year, build, whatever is building up, maybe use that time to build his like the other guy said, he was doing trucking and then he create a side hustle, make his trucking career around his primary purpose, as what he says. He could have make it work. But then when he says he's been to all the cities, all the clubs, all the bar, that kind of gives you that he's a wavy person. He's just all over the place. He has no plans. He's just rattling out here. He's been with the bodies and all of that. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But if he really take it serious as a 22-year-old, no wife, no kids, and you really said, I'm gonna put a year in and focus on what you really come out here, in a year you can get a lot done.
Yeah. And
then transition over into what you want, like the lights, the camera, the video, maybe the all the equipment, buy the shit up, put, you know what I mean, promote your stuff, because you're still gonna be able to do your little side hustle, your wedding, your party, all that other shit. You see what I'm saying? But with no plan, he was more focusing on because he said it, all the cities and the parties and all that. Like in 2 weeks, that's a lot of club and party.
Mm-hmm.
That's damn near every day.
Pretty much.
You see what I'm saying?
So everywhere he went, instead of
every city be at a party
getting some rest, he was going finding what was popping locally.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
So it just lets you know. Well, I mean,
yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I got a talent that I want to show to the world. I got people out here that need my talent, and this is what I'm finna go after, baby. You know what I'm saying? But we still gonna be local, getting the bag though. You know what I'm saying? But hey, I got some.
Videography, photography. I mean, everybody a videographer, photographer. Everybody do the same thing. So I hope he got some type of talent to where he not gonna regret quitting trucking to try to be a videographer or photographer. My brother do that, and right now that industry is struggling. I'm not gonna lie, it's struggling. The rappers are struggling, let alone the small fries, which are, their team. Listen, especially if you're working with local musicians, I done seen people pull up They got a little 200-300. They like, hey, can I pay you after the video? They flex their little 200-300 in the video, act like they got it, then got to pay the cameraman. So, I mean, hey, I hope he got a plan other than working with these local acts, because that ain't it. That ain't going to get you nowhere. You might be better. Like he said, he already on the road. So, hey, I'm in this state, y'all. I'm doing a videography tour. Each time you got to stop and you sitting with no load, anytime you deadheading, that's when you start finding clients, shooting videos. You know, you got to make it work both ways. That's all I'm saying.
Hey, y'all. So I want to do this highly requested video.
It's one of your thing,
what
Mark.
happened for me to get
It's
terminated.
one of your
variant, and I also want to
a little mama. You talking about like a little mama?
Yeah, you like them. You like them like that, right?
She what we call a little mama. She a little mama.
Yeah,
say
you
little
like them
mama,
like
Kurt.
that, right?
Say
Yeah,
little mama. Little mama.
Liquor mama.
Little mama. Little mama. She a little.
It's one of your type, right? A little light skin thing.
She decent. She decent.
Yeah. She nice, right?
She decent.
What that mean, man? She nice or she not nice? Why you can't just answer straight? Why you gotta give me these?
I did answer straight.
American terms. She decent. She nice? Yes or no? Is she your type? Yes or no?
That's not an American term. Chicago people will understand decent.
Man, is she your type? Yes or no? Would you date her? Yes or no?
No.
Okay. You like her? She good? She good? She good?
You gonna let me answer, or you gonna keep talking over me? When a person say she decent, specific people will know. If you from the land, you'll know what.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm not from Chicago, man. I'm from Philadelphia.
That means she in between. You ain't from Philadelphia neither. You live in Philadelphia, but you ain't from Philadelphia.
Just like you told me the first night when we met that girl in Chicago that came and was all over you. Oh man, she a bottle girl. I'm like, what is that? Oh yeah, you don't know what a bottle girl is?
So
she's a girl you used to talk to, or what? You just use these terms.
So when you say person say she decent, that means she decent. That means she decent. That means she could or she could. That means you might go on here and you dig. You dig what I'm saying? But you may not want to.
You dig? What do you mean?
You dig what I'm saying? Because I'm being like, you might want to,
like
indulge.
Sleep with her.
Yeah, you a hit. You dig what I'm saying?
So you try to get the pum pum. That's what you're saying. You would beat the pum pum up. Yo, let's continue with the content, man. You just confused me, bro.
This dude. Hey, man, I can't explain nothing to you because you ain't gonna get it, bro. You ain't from the crib. She decent.
Marking something else, man. All right,
she decent.
Yeah. Shout out to
do a 1 year review of me working with Western, okay? So I want to make a disclaimer. Anything that I share with you all is always to help somebody else. Yes, you might have to learn from somebody else's mistakes, and I'm not ashamed of anything that happened with me, okay? I'm grateful to have the opportunity to still be a truck driver, and I'm grateful to be able to be an advocate for the things that I messed up in. That's one reason that I also became a trainer, because I don't want people to make the same mistakes that I made based off of lack of knowledge and based off of lack of training. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shaming my trainer, but also I feel like I definitely could have learned a little bit more as a trainer. Also, being a trainer, I know that it's a lot of things that you learn on your own. But simple things like backing is something that I definitely should know. So, guys, I want to be honest and open with you all. My first year of trucking, I've been driving for almost 3 years now. My first year of trucking, I had a total of 7 accidents.
Damn.
Yes, take a minute. I know that's a lot. But, baby, I'm still a truck driver.
She said, but, baby, I'm still a truck driver. She a little mama. I told you, little mama. Little mama.
Oh,
little mama.
She got 7 accidents, Mark.
She said, look, I had 7 accidents. But, look, baby, I'm still a trucker. She had to let you know. Look.
Oh, man.
Look. Little mama said she had 7 accidents. Little mama. Shit. Hold on, Charlie. Hold on. We gotta rewind that.
And baby, I learned from my.
Hold on. She was real professional at first, but then when she said she had that 7 accidents, she knew what we doing right now. The viewers was doing. That's why she got you together real quick. But baby, look, I'm still a trucker, and baby, Nas done went to everything, baby. Listen, when they get to saying baby, and then they get to pointing the finger. And they get to doing the neck thing that you need to. Hey, listen, They finna go there with you. She a little mama. I'm just letting you know.
So she check you right away.
she letting you know. Don't even start. Let me get you together real quick.
She still got her CDL.
Yeah. So, but baby, but baby, you know what I'm saying? Hold on.
Oh man.
My first year of trucking, I've been driving for almost 3 years now. My first year of trucking, I had a total of 7 accidents. Yes, take a minute. I know that's a lot. But baby, I'm still a truck driver. And baby, I learned from my mistakes. So that's all that matters. So those 7 accidents included...
She said, but baby, I'm still a truck driver. And baby, I learned from my mistakes. And that's all that matters.
She sound like she from Louisiana.
She got you together real quick and moved on, bro. She said, well, baby, I got my shit together. And listen, you did what I'm saying? Got you together real quick.
Me either hitting a pole, hitting the object, or me backing into someone else's truck. It was never to the point where their truck was damaged or total, but it was to a point where I did tap their truck. You know, it wasn't nothing major, but it still went down as an accident. So the reason that I want you all to learn from my mistakes is because I want y'all to be more careful when backing. If y'all are with a trainer currently, I want y'all to understand that pay attention to what the trainer is telling you. And if you don't feel comfortable or confident to get out there on your own, please don't do it. Please don't try to rush yourself. And if you feel like you're in a situation where your trainer is not teaching you properly, let them know, hey, look, I'm not understanding what you're saying. Please teach me in a different way that's easy for me to understand. I really didn't learn backing. I learned on my own. I'm going to be honest, y'all. It took me a year to learn backing. So I want to finish off with my 1-year review with Western. Now, I do not talk about pay. I do not talk about money because everybody's money is different. Everybody pay is different. But I can honestly say, as many bad reviews as Western Express gets, I have nothing bad to say about them other than the pay fluctuates. Like 1 week you might make this, next week you might make that. I have a 2023. I have no problem with that. I haven't had a problem with getting home. Maybe one time I had a problem getting home, but that was due to my lows. Other than that, I am okay with Western. I've been here for a year. My DM is amazing. He makes sure that he communicates with me. Any problem that I have, he fixes it. So when I speak on my own experience. I don't speak on anything else, anything anybody else has going on. So any other question that you all have about Western or anything that you want me to go into detail with, I definitely have no problem with doing that. Or anything that you all have any questions about this video, please let me know. Sorry, y'all. I didn't even get into why I got terminated for variant. So it was definitely a mistake of mine. And that's why I'm a big advocate on truck drivers or just people in general not being on their phone while driving. Because there's many things that can happen with that. You can kill yourself, you can kill somebody else, or you can get into a really bad accident. And I know I can't really talk, but at the same time, I'm speaking from experience. So what happened was I was on home time, and with the company that I was with, they let you use a company vehicle if you have to run some errands and stuff. I was in the company vehicle, I was on my phone, they saw it on the camera, and that's why I got terminated. I'm not ashamed and I don't feel bad about it because I'm grateful that that was the only thing that happened. I could have hit somebody, killed myself, and I still wouldn't be here. So I'm grateful for Western Express for giving me a second chance, and now I know better, so I'm going to do better. And I've been here for a year. I haven't had any accidents. I haven't had anything going on with me. I'm grateful for them, and I hope y'all have a blessed day.
Yo, so anybody that's in the trucking space that's watching right now, if you made it,
what you think about Lil Mama?
Yeah, she's not too bad. Yeah,
she got a good spirit.
She got a wrong face. She probably one of them boss chicks. She probably one of them boss chicks. Put her up back though. Put her up back because.
I'm not talking about how she look. I'm saying, what you think about what she said, bro? I don't give a fuck about how she look.
She nice. I mean, she
put her back.
Yeah. She got all the tattoos and shit. You like that, right, Mark? You like when women grab your dreads and beat you in the back? She look like one of them chicks that would beat you up, though, right?
No, bro. Ain't no woman ever beat me up, bro.
Yeah, man.
She looked like based on how she talked. Seemed like she seemed like she knows she made a lot of mistakes. And she seemed like she knows she is admitting the mistake. She knows she made them, and she's grateful for a second opportunity. And this company gave her a second opportunity. That's why she said at the beginning she will never say nothing bad about it, because she knows with what's on her background, what she's done, a lot of people wouldn't touch her. So for that, I think she's cool. 3 years. I think she said she's a trainer. So, other than that,
Yeah, she's a trainer.
She cool.
Yeah, she
little
cool.
mama. Smart
Little
little
mama, right? She sound like she
mama.
from down south.
Yeah, she definitely from down south.
Like Louisiana. She's not from Memphis. She probably from Louisiana side, Alabama. I don't know.
I don't know where she's from,
Yeah. But she cool.
She
Yeah, man. Yeah, she gives some good advice.
Yo, so anybody that's in the trucking space that's watching right now, if you made it thus far, let me know, do you know what Boyd is? Are you familiar with Boyd? If so, this next guy right here, he's quitting Boyd. Now, it's not due to the industry being too much for this guy. It's not due to the industry overworking him not being equipped for it. He said he's going through personal struggles. That's the reason he got to quit. Hey, mental health come first, being right in the head on top of getting right with your family and being right with the Most High as well. I'm talking about all of that. All of that is important. So no matter what this man is talking about, that come first anyway, before anything else. If you happy, I'm happy. But look, I'm going to let him tell his story. I'm going to come back at the end. We're going to chop it up, and then I'm going to let y'all go. All right, let's get into it.
So for y'all that don't know, I have quit Boyd. Now, the reason why I quit Boyd had nothing to do with Boyd Brothers. It was specifically because of me and my personal issues that I need to get situated, that I need to get figured out, need to get fixed, all that shit, you know what I mean? But I salute everybody, bro, that's about to pay off their truck, and I also salute the guys that have paid off y'all trucks, bro. Congratulations to y'all, bro, and I hope y'all do big things in life. You know what I mean? I could have stayed at Boyd, but the reason why I left is because I got personal issues to handle, which would require me to take weeks off of work. But as y'all do know, lease purchase, whatever you might want to call it, lease operator, whatever, hell, them fees and bills that they charge you for every week do not stop. So that automatically dead that shit out, because I wasn't about to go back to work and be $5,000, $6,000 in the hole, or have my contract go in default. That's not worth it in my opinion, bro. It ain't never been that serious to get a truck. You know what I mean? I feel like getting a truck nowadays is easy as fuck, and it always will be easy as fuck. You know what I mean? But yeah, it ain't never been that serious for me. You know what I mean? Me and my old lady had a real good conversation, and we talked about me actually investing into what I really want to do and actually putting hard work and time and dedication into doing it, which is called streaming, game streaming, YouTubing, whatever the fuck you might want to call it.
You see what I told you? That's the one I know you're going to be like, man, let's go. Here we go, Mark.
So he's just like the other dude. They all want to put the time into something what they really want to do. Mm-hmm. So he want to be
Kai Cenat.
Kai Cenat.
Yeah. You want to be what's that other guy name?
I show speed.
Yeah, and speed. And what's that one with Bailey? What that one that was that was dating Bailey. Bailey was that girl?
DDG.
Right.
DDG. Yeah, he want to be one of them guys. They turning up though. A lot of them was on that Forbes list. You know, they turning up, which is influencing a lot of these shorties. But I think I'm gonna be honest with you. I think that ship has sailed. Not to say that there aren't going to be new people that are going to come in, but to come in now and get that organic growth, like a Speed did and like a Kai Cenat did over time. I think to get to those guys' point organically now is going to be difficult. I think now you're going to have to come in with some bread. You're going to have to come in with a setup. You're going to have to come in with, good writers. You're going to have to be creative. You're going to have good writers, good scenarios. You're going to have to do IRLs. You're just not going to be able to sit in the, in your studio and react, because there's so many people doing that shit now. And, I don't want to say it's oversaturated, but, it's to get to that level now. It's a lot harder than it would have been if, let's say, he would have started maybe 7, 8, 9 years ago, like these guys did, and kept pounding the pavement. Where you got to give them credit at was they started something and they stuck with it, right? now that they see these guys see these kids done ran it up, they gonna jump to whatever they see running it up. The thing is Casanat and Speed, it wasn't easy for them. That shit wasn't easy for them. That shit was hard, just like trucking is hard. And just like everything else you building from the ground up is hard. Shit ain't easy. Well, let's hear what this guy got to say, man. This shit's ridiculous.
But everything dealing with like video games, because that's really what I do. I really enjoy that shit. It's kind of what I find funny and on my days off of work. You know what I'm saying? And spending time with my
Why people want to do shit that they enjoy, bro?
Right. And see, when he starts to talk like that, that just tell you his maturity, because he's not really doing it. He's not really doing it from a business, like say from a business point of view. He's more doing it for a personal gain. You see what I'm saying? And you know, the responsibility that he speaks of before, like he said, well, the lease on the bills don't stop. See, this is what a lot of guys run away from, that responsibility. You see what I'm saying? Because what that responsibility does, it keeps you in check. And a lot of these guys are not cut out to be kept in check all the time. That truck payment gonna keep coming. You see what I'm saying? You being, you being home and the game, ain't nothing coming at you more than your house bill. And so some of these guys like, man, if I can make a couple $100 a day, that pressure is not on their back, like to keep up with a truck payment and all the fees and all the responsibility. So some of these guys that run away from it and get stuff that they think that going to be cheaper and easier, that going to give them the same success, which is a lie. Just like you say with Kai, they put the work in.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got to get new equipment. I never knew, and I never knew when I was looking to set up the whole studio, some of these gaming computer monitor are in the thousands. The monitor, Mark. The monitor. I'm not talking about no $1,500. I'm talking like $6,000, $7,000, $9,000, $12,000, $18,000, $30,000 for just the monitor, for the graphic and what it can do.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And you and I know the better you become at something is the more you got to constantly upgrade. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, you want to be a gamer, but it's still putting out content. You know what I mean? And like you said, the Wi-Fi we use to push the stream out, you can't be on no $30 package. You know what I mean?
Hell no.
So,
hell no.
Because then when people start to watch you and then, somebody want to collab with you, or maybe 4 people want to collab with you and do a game stream, you can't, because you realize that my shit is buffering. I can't connect. You know what I mean? So people don't understand. You might run away from one thing, but you going into a next thing is still a cost attached to it. Bro, like we sit here and we talk, I pay for Ecamm and I don't even go live no more. I'm like, why am I even, like, you know what I mean?
Right.
And they still charge me. So, but again, like you said, once you commit and once it's something you're going to do, I'm going to pop on the live and be like, yo, what's good? You know what I mean? I don't think a lot of people put a lot of thoughts into the things that they're saying versus, trying to do it. But you listen to him, you just tell that he's immature. He's not really out there yet. But yeah.
Kids. But, and I'm expecting a baby. So, spending a month off of work, you know what I'm saying?
Hold on.
Game streaming, YouTubing, whatever the fuck you might want to call it. But everything dealing with like video games, because that's really what I do. I really enjoy that shit. It's kind of what I find funny and on my days off of work, you know what I'm saying? And spending time with my kids. But, and I'm expecting a baby. So, spending a month off of work, you know what I'm saying, spend time with your baby, or just like 2-3 weeks off work or 2 weeks, spend time with your baby, you know what I'm saying? Most men that I know like to have their baby like lay on their chest, or they like to go lay with their child when their child first born. They like to sleep with their child, let them sleep on their chest type shit. Like, that's type of shit I be on. So, yeah, that shit, that was a rap, you know what I mean? But I wanted to go ahead on and kind of give y'all an update, because I see every day that my following on here, bro, is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. I'm almost at 1,000, bro, and I do thank y'all Because goddamn, I didn't think that shit happened that quick. You know what I mean? I've probably been TikToking for about a couple months. Probably like 3 months. And we in that motherfucker, you feel what I'm saying? 1,000 up, I can start live. I can go live now like that.
So that's 1,000 people that just heard him say he quit a job, he already got kids, and he got a baby on the way.
Right.
To go play video games.
Video games, right. And he's the guys that's what the point I was trying to make with you early on. I get what you're saying. But these are the guys that when you say F them kids, this is the type of guy that's going to think you're talking personally to their kid.
Yeah, because it's going to come at a time.
Because I never thought of having to be home for my son or daughter to lay in my chest when they were born. That wasn't in my thoughts.
Right. Because you know why? Because he's going to get to that point where he ain't got that revenue coming in like he did when he was trucking, because he's going to try to build this. He's going to try to be being the next Kai Cenat, and that's going to take a lot of time to build. And them bills is going to be coming in. You got a newborn baby. And then, he's going to hear me say that shit, and it's going to hurt his feelings because he's going through some shit at that particular time, right? And, it's going to hurt his feelings because he will be the person I'm talking to. If it hurts your feelings, then I'm talking to you. If anything I say offends you, that means I'm talking directly to you. Because it's only going to offend the people who it affects. It's the truth. And the truth is what hurt him. It ain't the words that's coming out my mouth. You see what I'm saying? Because if he stayed at his job, he would have that repeat money coming in every week or bi-weekly, to the point where, shit like that wouldn't even affect him. It's going to be at a point of vulnerability. And he's putting himself in that vulnerable spot because he wants to do what he said it out his mouth. I want to do stuff that make me laugh and I have fun with.
And then when he described it, he said game and what the fuck y'all want to call it. So he's not even, you get what I'm saying? It's not really like a passion. It's just me doing me.
He want to find something where he can come in like we did, the middle of the afternoon, cut this shit on, come online, talk shit. He thinks in his head he's going to get paid $20 and $30 and $50,000 a month, and he can do this shit a few times a week, and he can live this life of rally, and he could be at home and just come in here and talk shit whenever he feel like it, and that shit don't work like that, bro.
Yeah,
like everybody ain't gonna be no Kai Cenat, bro. Everybody ain't gonna be no DDG. And these dudes, it took years. These dudes, even if they were plants, even let's say they were plants, to where these guys are at now, you still have to go back and look. These guys are years and years and years in the making. At least 5, 6, 7 years in the making. DDG is probably the OG, right? So you got kids, you got one on the way, and you quit a career, to go try to become a streamer. He said he don't even got 1,000 followers, bro.
Right.
He can't even go live, bro.
Yeah.
So there's no monetization.
No monetization.
Listen to what he's saying.
Yeah, right. And when I say creative, with him being creative, Kai Cenat moving the back of a U-Haul truck. You see what I'm saying?
I saw
he do stuff where, you get what I'm saying? You saw the stuff he be doing.
I saw Streamer University. All that shit took millions of dollars, bro. Streamer University was $3 million that he paid. The back of the U-Haul, that was a full production. Yeah, it was on the back of a U-Haul.
Right.
But it's a full production. You see what I'm saying?
His chair was ripped up and he don't give a shit. You see what I'm saying? And he got that chick come over. He got a lot of people in the back. What's her name? That little blonde chick that was
you talking about Ice Spice.
Ice Spice was in the back of the truck. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is the creation behind it is what a lot of these guys don't understand, that it's not just being, even in trucking, bro, like it's not just being a trucker. You got to be very creative. You see what I'm saying? Figure out a way not to do what everybody is doing. I do partial. I run partial. I'm not telling everybody to run it, but be creative. You see what I'm saying? Because that's where most of the money is gonna come from when you create stuff out of what everybody else is doing. And like this guy right here, yeah, he's designed to be, those people are trying to maybe want to be like those guys, but a lot of people don't understand. Like, bro, you got to be creative all the way. And it goes back to what we were saying. Your primary source, your primary source when you came in was moving, right? But you also dabbled in final mile. You did all the other shit around, warehousing. You understand what I'm saying? You were renting trucks, all of that. You get what I'm saying? Because you come in and was creating within that space. Not just, oh man, I'm just, because in the wintertime, moving is seasonal. Everything is all seasonal, right? So it's the same thing. But I don't know. These guys it's different now, man. And that's what I'm saying is some people just not gonna get it, bro. It's not gonna get it. So I don't know.
That's big to me, bro. This small shit like that shit big to me. You know what I mean? But yeah, bro. I advise anybody, bro, if they want to go out there, go get a truck from Boyd, bro. Go get a truck from Boyd, bro. That's the most easiest program you likely to ever go through in your life as far as these purchases go. You know what I'm saying? They got people over there actually fucking paying off their trucks. You know what I'm saying? That shit Gucci, man. Y'all ain't gonna fuck with that. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it, bro. I chose to go back to my old company because I don't do nothing. I drive an old F350. Like, bro, I had a Mustang, but that bitch got stolen. So that bitch got stolen, bro. 1 year, but for y'all that want to know the year and the trim is 2022 50. That bitch got stolen. So yeah, we going back old school. Fuck it. Feel like you need a truck nowadays for a lot of shit. So yeah, that's what I got. But bro, yeah, I chose to go back to my old job. My living expenses ain't high, so I'm guaranteed making $1,800 on up to $3,000, and on a regular good week, bro, it's like $2,000 I'm bringing home, $2,200 I'm bringing home every week, guaranteed. Be home every weekend. Like, I ain't gotta go out there and go stay out 4 months no more to go make that type of money. Like, nah.
So he just quit trucking to go back to another job. Okay.
Bro, I'm good. I'm Gucci. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight. But yeah, bro, that's about the update, bro. That's about the update, bro. I done did this video about fucking 6, 7, 8 times. So I'm about to wrap this one up. This one should be it. But I do want to thank y'all for actually following, I'm about to say channel, but following the TikTok, bro. We're going to keep on doing what we do best, bro, and that's trucking and gaming. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to keep on doing. We're going to keep on thugging it like that. You know what I'm saying? Y'all already know. Say, bro, y'all drive safe out there, bro. And remember, bro, you always got a home to make it to. Straight up, bro. Y'all be safe.
Yo, so family, let me know what y'all thought about this video. Yo. So if you made it to the end of the video, I want you to drop a comment below saying, I made it. It's as simple as that. Say, I made it. I want to see who watch all the way to the end. But with that being said, though, if you're in the trucking industry, let me know, have you thought about quitting? Do you have a plan on quitting? Or are you going to ride it all the way out? If so, what would you like to get into outside of trucking? Because I'm not going to lie, trucking paid good at one point in time. But you see right now, the rate per mile is down right now. Tariffs are affecting the amount of loads that are going to be out on the road. It's going to be no shipments in a second. That's how it's looking. Some people sitting waiting and they can't even get no load. We don't know what's going to happen with the tariffs. Oversaturation due to everybody getting in during the pandemic. Some people just got in just because the hype behind it and they realizing it's not for them. Hey, the strong going to survive through it. But we got to talk about automation too. That's the thing as well. Tesla got them automated trucks. So all I'm going to say is hope for the best, plan for the worst. That's all you can do. So what's your plan, man? But ultimately, nothing goes as planned. It's going to go according to the Most High anyway. But I'm just saying, with that being said, I appreciate y'all. Peace into my Hebrew family. Shalom.
Well, what I think.
Oh, yep. That's the video. So, what do you think?
Yeah, it's crazy. You know what's funny, man? It's funny how people still talking about the rate per mile and the rate and the cost per mile that they have and the rate and all that. Bro, the rate is the rate. The rate is made up of a lot of different things, man. And we talk about this all the time. You know what I mean? So I don't know. People still think that they're not, because they're not getting the pandemic rate, the rate is not a fair rate. You see what I'm saying?
Pippi said he wants to be home to put his baby on his chest. That's so feminine.
Bro, I never heard a man say that. I swear to God, I've never heard a man say, I want to take leaf off and make my newborn be in the bed with me, like, you know what I mean? And that's what I'm saying is like, he's young. You can't really blame him because he's young. You know what I mean? When my son was born, bro, I was in Dayton, New Jersey doing a delivery. When my daughter born, I was in Yonkers, New York. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was on the road working when my wife was in the hospital about to give birth. So when I see people on the internet talking about my baby on the chest, and bro, when my son born, that's when I got the box truck. I had 2 cargo van, then my son born, and then I upgrade and get a box truck. And I've been just billing from that. Because what a lot of people don't know, when you also build a family, you gotta build your income. You got to build that income up. You see what I'm saying? So if you're making $40,000 a year and you only got 1 kid and a wife, you see what I'm saying? And you got 1 in the way. It sounds to me like you got more than 1 in the way. You got 1 in the way, but it sounds like you got more than 1 child. But $2,000 ain't gonna cut it, bro. Like that shit ain't gonna work.
Sound like he's down south somewhere. You know, a lot of these, like I think a lot of them sounded country. Maybe from down south. Yeah,
he says expenses is not high, but Mark, if you think about it, $2,000, even if you're paying a rent, let's say
like it was a lot to him. It sounded like it was a lot to him, though.
Yeah, but all right, let's say living at mama house, where mama owned the house outright, but give it to him. He doesn't own it, but he's like rent free or just light and cable or whatever. You get what I'm saying? Once you get them kids on, bro, there are expense that, first of all, kids, when you have kids, they don't have a set expense. You see what I'm saying? Like your son or daughter can come home. Bro, my daughter is 9, and if you see the list of books that I gotta get her, a uniform and you get what I'm saying? Like, and it's not a set money. Like you can't put $4,000 down. Like it's not a fixed payment. You see what I'm saying? And then she might come home where the teacher might says, well, she needs to be in this class because she's moving ahead. So we're going to put her in this class, or, you know, we think she should go into this sport because, you know, we need somebody on the team. And you know what I'm saying? And all of this come at an expense. You see what I'm saying? If you're saying no to a lot of these stuff, then, you know, your kid is going to develop the way they develop. But the point what I'm trying to make is when you get a child, bro, like an expense is different. It become a different expense. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of people I see, they build these family. You were talking to a dude a few months ago. What was that guy name? I'm gonna tell you the story. He had like 3 kids, I think, and he was about to get kicked out of his house. And he was on the live with you talking about his mama and all this dream and all this shit. And his wife have 3 kids. You remember that guy? And his mama and he's building an organization to help women.
Oh, you talking about
I'm like, yeah.
Daniel. Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, you and you told him he's gonna be homeless. And I'm like, what people don't understand is like when you get a family, you are mandate, bro. There's a mandate in your life to take care of that family. You see what I'm saying? And so you got to work now twice as hard. You know, like you would say, F them kids. You got to say F to a lot of stuff out here. Because your family now become primary. There's a primary focus. You see what I'm saying? I've seen people bought new cars. The wife drive a car. The husband drive a car. They got a big house. They got all this shit. But then when you look at their income, they're like people at Walmart making more money than them. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it doesn't make no sense. So him sitting here talking all that stuff. Yeah, you talk that now, but bro, when that shit hit is different, bro. It's totally different. This is a whole different ball game.
Yeah, man. I don't know, man.
Like I'm gonna fly out tonight, not tonight, tomorrow morning, because I told you I bought a semi, so I'm adding a semi to the fleet. I'm gonna fly to Georgia tomorrow to pick it up. But I don't have a kid on the way. But I'm just trying to explain to people, like, when you have a plan and certain shit, and like my kids are getting bigger, so the cost is growing. You see what I'm saying? So you can't just sit here and be like, oh well, it's too bad. It's, you know what I mean? You gotta grow, man. Like, when you grow with your family and grow and expense and life costs right now to live right now, it's way more than 2 years ago. See what I'm saying? So I don't think a lot of people really understand, bro. And if it like when it's easy to say stuff on older camera and say stuff, but when you really get into it, bro, like it's way more complicated than that. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I don't know, man. A lot of people that watch me and you, man, and just people just see us and we talk over the years about this trucking thing. We've been in a pandemic. We talk about trucking. We talk about so many stuff, man, and it's just crazy. Oh, we see how the shit played out. You know what I mean? I'm not surprised. You know what I mean?
No, me neither.
I'm not surprised.
Well, it is what it is, man. Hopefully these guys figure it out, but I don't know. I'm not gonna, like, I don't know what to tell them. Like, I think we've told them everything they need to hear. The people that want to take heed to the truth, they'll take heed to the truth. The ones that don't, they'll end up like these people or worse, and the cycle will just repeat itself. It's just what it is, bro. And as time goes on, and things get harder, the cost of living goes higher, things will get worse, right? It's going to be more competitive, more competition, and like this whole shit with like the chick and this, this emotional shit. Listen,
yeah.
Society, I don't know. A lot of this shit that, like, how do I want to say this, bro? I don't even know how to say it, bro. Like,
leave your speechless. No,
because I was having this conversation with somebody the other day. And it's like society, like, people have gotten soft, bro.
Soft, yeah.
And
emotional, soft,
weak. Emotional, weak. You know what I'm saying? It's not just the younger generation. I see it with some of the older people too, because they've allowed society and the way things are perpetuated onto them to affect them, and it's giving them this false sense of reality, and then that's where you fuck up at.
And then you got to remember, misery love company, and some people they don't have the intention of being, develop and being mature to really like do better. So what they do, they find these groups. You see what I'm saying? And they stay in these groups, and they never develop. You see what I'm saying? And they soft and just weak and just, at least you talking about me and you know what I mean? And it's like when are you gonna grow up? Like, when are you gonna, you know what I mean? And we were talking about, I was telling you about some of my subscribers that have moved on, that don't even watch trucking content no more, because they were in their intention was to come get the information and leave. That doesn't mean they fail. They just come get it and they leave. And we were talking about some of your subscribers that does the same thing. They came, they take the blueprint, they execute, and they leave. They're not in the bullshit. They don't want to, they watch the live and the videos, but they came and they get the sauce and they're executing. So, and that's their focus. You see what I'm saying? That doesn't mean they don't watch you no more there, but they came and get what they set out to get out. And I think a lot of these guys that we see in these videos is what I was explaining to you. They came, but they keep watching. and get distracted. They watch this guy over here. You know, we talk about the whole, you know, back and forth with different content creator, and this guy say this, and this guy said that, and this guy say 5,000. This guy said, no, you can do 1,000. This guy said, well, I do it for free. You know what I mean? Instead of come get the information. I saw it, one of your I was messing with one of your boy in the chat. I told you about him. What's his name again? The guy that have what 7 truck? Always Kobe. Props to Kobe, because Kobe was one of them that came and know what he wants and get what he wants and move on. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
that doesn't mean that he doesn't watch your content, but he knew what he wants and he's executing that right now and he's making money. You see what I'm saying? He's not getting distracted by another content creator and getting all drug all over the place. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, but it's like, but there's only gonna be like, so like J. Cole, there's only gonna be a few people like him. The majority people are gonna end up like what we just witnessed, right? You know, the people who can do what J. Kobe has done just from listening, because he tells people all the time, like, I don't know why y'all just it's in the content. If you go back and watch that old content, get a blueprint. He even tells people in my Discord, he watches some of that content every month. He watches it every month just to refresh it. He took the blueprint, he applied it, and he's been able to scale successfully because I laid it all out. A lot of people just they don't comprehend well. They're not patient. They don't take the time to watch that old boring content that was 2 and 3 hours with all those PowerPoint presentations. They want a quick solution, right? They want a quick solution. And, you know, with the level of success that a lot of these guys are looking to get, you're not going to, the information that you need to get to that point, it's not going to come in a 5-minute video. It's not going to come in a 30-second reel. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, the strong people, the people who will ultimately win, they, you know, those are going to be the people like J. Cole. They're going to take the information. They're going to siphon through the bullshit. Once they find the good information, they're going to take it. They're going to test it. They're going to apply it. And they ultimately going to win. The people that's in my comments telling me in that 5,000 video that want to, you know, have these dreams and these hopes and all this dumb shit.
Right.
Those are people that's going to end up like the people we just reviewed, because they just, you know, one, they don't want to face reality. Two, they don't want to listen to reality, right? They want to live in a fantasy world. So let them.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, man, you just got to be consistent and commit to whatever you set out to do, man. And it's a lot of work. You see what I'm saying? It's a lot of work. There's a lot of great information out here in trucking, but man, once you get it down pat, bro, it's a lot. It becomes easier as time progress. You know what I mean? And I can honestly sit here in front of everybody and said, truck, I've never failed me because of what I do. But I can say, man, like trucking, it's easy for me. You see what I'm saying? And I, you know, I don't complain. I don't whine. I don't no, bro. Like I've been in it so long. Like I've seen it all and I've done it all. See what I'm saying? So, you know, I just thank God that I just came in the time when I came in. I wasn't a hard head. I take heed to the information. I kind of just apply accordingly. I didn't go out and do make foolish moves and just, you know, go heads over heel. And even with trucking, you still got people coming out, can't afford new trucks, but you trying to impress people. Like I never done none of that stuff, bro. Like I don't care about coming out here, and if I'm not getting a 2025, I'm not starting this shit. Like I'm not, bro. I bought a brand new Eno and the whole freaking computer was blank. when I went to pick it up, it was blank. It wouldn't start because it sit on a lot. I didn't even know that when the truck sit for so long, it pretty much wiped the computer after a certain time, or certain of the information started missing. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not all of the truck, but some of them. That's why sometimes when you buy a brand new truck, most of the time you'll find it kicks the check engine light, because then they'll tell you like, we got to reprogram the ECU, or we got to wipe the computer and reprogram it. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because once the battery, that's why when you go to BMW, certain cars, they plug them up, because once the current get low, it start to wipe the ECU. So people come out here, I got to buy a new truck. Like, you can buy a brand. I came to Chicago with a brand new truck and have a check engine light. It was a DEF system. My 2020, my, what was that? 2020, the Eno that I had a video about it. So all this thing about buying a brand new truck, and if I'm not buying a brand new, all that shit is, bro, like, just buy a truck. You see what I'm saying? Buy a decent truck and come out here and just know what you're doing. Get with good brokers and don't play games. You know what I mean? And just focus on what you want. You know what I mean? And stop making families but not increasing your money. Because once you start to get them women pregnant, you got to start making the money to go along with that shit. Like, if you got $40,000 a year with one woman and a child, bro, like, that's not even no money right now.
Nope.
You see what I'm saying? You can't make, you ain't gonna make no way with that. You see what I'm saying? And if your girl want another child and you have like one kid and he's like freaking 15, 16, man, I wouldn't even start another baby with $90,000 a year with you and your wife or your girl. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's too expensive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, it's crazy. But I think a lot of these people are crying, man. It's sad, bro. And to that girl, what says that her feelings is hurt, it goes back to what we're saying. Like, some people get offended by us being on the internet, but there are people that are going to be in your face that's going to disrespect you. I said it all the time on my channel. If I go, Mark, you know how many Burke here run into, Mark? I talk about Mr. Burke. You know Mr. Burke, the DOT, but you got Mr. Burke that work at the warehouse. When Mr. Burke told me, well, we don't open till 8 o'clock. And I'm polite. Oh, you got to come back 2 hours because you 2 hours early. I look at my information and I'm like, okay, cool. Because here what, Mark? I'm at 5,500. Mark, I'm at 55. Mr. Burke, he got that 2,500. He got 2,500 that I need, Mark. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So when he told me you got to come back 2 hours, man, we got a lot of truck ahead of you. I can't squeeze you in. And he got an attitude, or the lady said, well, you got to come back because, and they got to, Mark, I need that 25.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? My feelings, I left it in the truck.
Yeah.
Because I need that 25, Mark. That 25 gonna make me come home I'm gonna be so happy. Because all I'm picking up is 6 pallet, Mark. I'm getting 6 pallet out of Kentucky coming to PA. You see what I'm saying, Mark? It's a Friday, Mark. I ain't gonna miss it. Mark, man, I'm gonna tuck my tail and I'm gonna take my time and I'm gonna leave. You see what I'm saying?
I told a story where I had a guy, I needed to get you know those what's those cables on the back of the roll-up door on the box truck on each side?
Yeah,
those
yeah.
gray
I know the cable. Yeah.
I remember the first time I had to go to this place to get the one of my trucks. Those, you know, after a while, those cables they started to whine and you got to get them replaced. So I remember
you got to get them replaced. Yeah,
it's this one place that was close to the yard that I went to for the first time. I knew how to deal with him after that. But white guy, he owns a trailer repair place in Chicago. And I took the truck there when we came back to pick it up. Now on the door, he's got, you know, we accept, and then American Express, Discover, MasterCard, Visa, this, that, and the third, right? So I pull out my the business debit card to pay him. He says, I want cash. He's an old white guy. Cash. I'm like, I want to, this is for the business. I could write you a business check. or I could just pay with a business debit card. I'm like, right there on the door, you say you accept. I want cash. I want cash. I want cash. This is how he's talking to me, bro. This is a whole white guy. I'm like, bro, why you that? So I had Ron with me, because Ron put me up on the place, because he drove me there in the company van, and I was going to follow back in the truck. And I'm looking at Ron like, bro, what type of clucker is this? You got me, this dude talking crazy. He said, listen, boss, you're going to have to pay the goddamn man. Listen, he done fixed the damn trailer. You see what I'm saying? You're going to have to deal with it. The next trailer place is way out in the goddamn, wherever he said, in the suburbs somewhere. He was like, man, he the only person in town that fixed trailers, boss. You just going to have to pay the man. Shit, he done fixed the goddamn trailer. Just pay the goddamn man. So luckily I had some cash on me, and I just paid him. At the end of the day, like, I couldn't. What Ron was telling me, like, man, look, yeah, there may be some, it's his first time dealing with me. He probably has had some bad encounters with some brothers, right? He probably thought I was gonna pay, and it's a possibility I could dispute it. You dig what I'm saying? I get all that. One bad apple or spoil the bunch. But what Ron was telling me, like, look, man, this shit done. You got cash. Just pay the man. Fuck what he thinks of, could happen. Just move on. And even after that situation, I still continued to use him to do my door repairs, because he was the most convenient. He was only like 10, 15 minutes from my yard. The next place was way out yonder, so the convenience was there. So I just had to oblige with, he probably was a little racist, you know what I'm saying, and he probably had some bad experiences. So I had to put it aside, because it's convenient for me to take a truck 10, 15 minutes up the road than
versus go 3 hours up. Right.
So situations like that, I just, I don't like how she was crying. Like, bro, sometimes you just gotta let certain shit rub off your shoulder, and then you gotta understand, especially if you out here in the competitive part, like as an owner operator, you got wolves out here. You a wolf, I'm a wolf. You gonna have to deal with guys like us. You can't even deal with me on the internet. So how you think you gonna deal with me when I'm really trying to take your food for real? When I'm really leaning on you. You see what I'm saying? Because I got guys that's gotta eat. If I'm running a fleet of trucks, it's not just me that I'm responsible for. The moment the business slows up, now I got guys looking at me like, man, Mark, you ain't got no work. So what they gonna start doing? They're gonna start going shopping for work somewhere else, right? So I gotta keep work coming in. So when I say fuck that shit, fuck your kids and shit like that, it's because I got people that's working for me that I'm responsible for the food that they put on their table.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? I'm not worried about you. I'm worried about the people that are dependent on me. And it's not necessarily the people at home. It's the employees too. They put faith in me to make sure that their table stays stocked, right? So if we're competing, if I got anybody in mind, it's the people that's with me.
Right.
So that when I say right, so when I say that, if you can't understand that, then you just like the people that we watch.
Yeah.
And that's just what that is. So I don't feel bad. I'm not gonna like apologize for it, because that's just what it is. Like, I'm trying to knock your head off. I gotta hide that. I'm gonna beat you to the punch. I'm gonna kick you in your knee. I'm gonna sweep your motherfucking feet. I'm gonna kick you in your knee. I'm gonna do whatever I gotta do to get to it before you. And I'm gonna do this every single day you see me. Know how I'm coming. And that's just what that is, Kurt.
Yeah, and another thing I have learned since I've been a trucker in general, and the years I've been out here, especially when I start to do OTR, I have to understand that I am dealing with people from different states. The people down south are different from the people up north. New York, New Jersey, Chicago, those states people tend to be a little bit more aggressive. You see what I'm saying? If you're soft, you really, especially in New York, bro, like them big cities like Chicago and New York, if you are a soft individual, you're not like everything people say gonna offend you. Now, when you go to Louisiana, you go down to Alabama, you go down to some little town in Texas where, you know what I mean? You go out to Kansas and Iowa and all, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not gonna find people as aggressive. Them warehouse, most of those warehouses, bro. I went to a warehouse in upstate New York, and they got 6 loading dock mark, and there was 3 trucks on the loading dock. If you have 6 loading dock in Chicago, they're gonna be a line outside, and you're gonna have to wait for 4 hours. Right. You see what I'm saying? And you better don't keep going inside and ask them when I'm next. They won't tell you. I told you we're gonna call you. We don't tell you we're gonna call you. Stop coming inside and ask us when. We're gonna call you. You leave your phone number with the girl, right? You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So, but people get offended by shit like that. But I understand now that same thing with the DOT officer. I had a buddy call me and he's like, man, I get pulled over by a DOT dude was nasty. Pennsylvania DOT officer might be nasty to you because he's a different system up here. You see what I'm saying? But then you might go down to Kansas and a DOT officer like, okay, man, don't do this. You're doing this wrong. I'm going to let you go with a warning. But them dudes up here in New York and Chicago, and they're looking at you. They're trying to give you a violation. Like, they're looking for something to write you up. Oh, yeah. You see what I'm saying? So you're right, man. It's just is because they got to keep their job just like you trying to put food on your table.
Yeah. So by them giving you fines and putting you out of
service, they secure their job.
Putting you giving you a fine, that's taking money away. Putting you out of service, that's slowing you down. That's taking. They say that's no different from me saying that shit. They saying it to you. Like, we see you here doing the job, but guess what, man? Fuck your kids. Yeah, I'm gonna down your truck. You figured it out. Yeah, you're gonna have to call roadside. They're gonna charge you a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I got a quota to me. And guess what? These citations help pay me. You know what I'm saying?
So and keep food on its
keep food on the table. So that's why when you tell me people mad at you, what do I say? I say, I don't care. Them weak. They weak people. They don't understand how this shit works. Those are the people that I guarantee you in the next conversation tomorrow, they telling you how they feeling. They telling you that they struggling. You dig what I'm saying? So, at the end of the day, it's just what it is. Like, bro, do you think the grocery store cares? You put all this food on the conveyor belt, they not giving you the food, bro. Like, you need service done on your car. You take it to the dealership. They don't feel bad that you were just here a month ago and something happened the previous month. Right? And you're back again. Listen, bro, you got to pay for this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one cares, bro. Nobody
cares.
Right. Everybody got their own self-interest, bro. So when you tell me people be upset about that shit, it's funny to me. Yeah. It's funny to me.
Yeah, it's true. People don't care. So, I got a estimate to do the bathroom upstairs, and because my bathroom, I don't know, shit, something is leaking, and a dude who's gonna do the bathroom, like tear it out, still charging me $400 to put in a vanity with a is and hers to run the pipe, $400 to run the pipe, and I'm like, bro, it's like, yeah, it's gonna be, and I'm like, you just connecting the pipe from here to here. He's like, yeah, it's gonna be. But I'm looking at like, you just gluing it. He's like, nah, it's going to be 400, man. It's going to be 400. You see what I'm saying? Like, it is like, they don't care. Like, the end of the day is either you do it or you don't do it. And if you call another company, they might be more expensive. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. At the end of the day, it still got to get done. So
it's still got to get done. That's the thing. It's still got to get done. And it's going to cost. And the longer you take is the more money it costs you. So, it's, bro, I just think that a lot of people is just like the guy said, man, like a lot of people, this shit, you ain't cut off for a lot of stuff out here. Don't even start it, man. If you're not cut off for trucking, people are gonna they're gonna scream at you. They're gonna be nasty. They're gonna tell you. I walk up to a window later. Could he move out the line? I'm not done with that driver. Could he step back there? I never even see the guy, Mark. Could he move back? Hey, could you tell that driver to get off his phone? Get off the phone and step outside. There's a sign here. We don't want you. You get what I'm saying? They're gonna talk to you in ways that, you see what I'm saying, that you might find offensive. You see what I'm saying? And that's why I told people all the time, you better make sure that when you're picking up that load, you better make sure that you remind yourself that you need that 1,500. You need that. I don't get into these argument with these people now, man. Because I need that 2,000. I got 5,005. I need that $2,000, Mark. You see what I'm saying? You look back and they're like 15 dudes back there, and that lady just tell you, yeah, move out the line. You don't see I'm not done. And I'm like, where's the guy? He just went in his truck. I'm talking to somebody. And they're like, what you gonna do? So
nothing. They just need to get out the way. Get out the way.
You either cry, like that lady in the car.
Any grown man that come to you in a private conversation and say they got mad at me for saying that shit, you could tell them I said they soft.
They don't like you, man.
On everything I love, you could tell them that I said they soft. And do something about it. Do something about it.
I asked Midwest about it because Midwest and I was talking about the way that we was talking about some shit, and I asked him, you know what I mean? Because he was saying, I was like, yeah, Mark don't really be saying stuff out of line, and he's like, no, Mark be saying some shit.
Listen,
and I'm like, what? When he say fuck them kids,
Kurt,
you know what I mean?
Let me explain something to you.
But he's saying he wasn't offended by it, man.
It could be you. It could be him. It could be anybody. All right. Let me explain something to you. If we all are in a space and it's business and it's one customer and it's you, it's me, it's him, and anybody else you name, I'm doing everything I can to knock your motherfucking head off. I have to have it, Kurt. Yeah. I don't give a fuck about what you got towing on him. Nothing. If we all in the space and we all competing for this one customer, like, well,
we say you taking everything down, Mark.
Listen, I gotta have it all, Kurt. I might subcontract you. I might subcontract you. I might let you get a piece of it, but I'm gonna get the big piece. I'm going after the big piece, Kurt. And I feel like everybody should think like that. If you don't think like that, then one, why are you fuck being out here? Why are you in business? You're not a good business person, because everybody that's a business person knows that there's going to be some type of drought, some type of unforeseen situation that you wish you would have been more aggressive when you had the chance, so that you would have this overflow and extra money. Now,
but what if aggressiveness is not in them, Mark? What if that's not all their personality?
Get out the way.
Wait a minute. Cool, what if that's not who they are? What if they're not aggressive?
Well, just get out the way. Get out the way.
But why they gotta get out of the way? Why they can't? Why they gotta get? Because why you think? Okay, wait. Let me straighten this out. So you said that part of being, so they have to be aggressive, right?
In this industry, yes.
But what if they can get it done but not be aggressive? That's what I'm saying.
Here's the thing. If you want to get it done, you're going to be getting it done for a long time.
Oh, man.
You're going to be getting it done. Like, nah, we got to get it all, Kurt. We have to get it all. If it's there,
but what if that's not your personality? Maybe they're a cool guy. You know what I mean? They're not
be cool.
They're not aggressive. They're not.
But then when them aggressive guys come in, then just go ahead and lean up against the wall. Step to the side, lean up against the wall, and be cool.
Cause you the dude that be walking around in the world, and you be pushing them people, right?
Listen, you have to.
Right.
You have to. You have to. I need it all.
Walk in the warehouse and you be looking at routes to see which route you can take over. Right?
Don't listen. Don't let your truck
calling Mike and asking Mike,
Listen.
Right. You see
I
a
ain't
route
calling
get left
nobody.
behind.
If we get called, when they was calling me to recover other people's routes for whatever reason, your truck broke down, you didn't come to work for something. Let's say your truck broke down, something that your route was going to be down for a while because you couldn't get it fixed, or it was something that like it was going to be in service for a while, and you didn't go out and do what was in your best interest, which was renting a truck,
right,
to keep your route. So now we covering your route. Now I'm lobbying. After a week, I'm lobbying for it. Now I need this. Ooh, it's sweet too. Ooh, yeah, it's sweet. But man, his truck down, man. Fuck, dude. Man, Mark, come on. How you going, man? Listen, if Buddy Ass knew he got a route, this is his route.
Yeah.
And his truck is down, and he don't go rent a truck.
What if the guy don't want to rent a truck, man? What if he can't afford to rent a truck?
Well, so he got a route. That's his food. So that means he left his food. He left his plate on the table. I'm greedy. I need it. I'm gonna come eat your food. Listen, I'm not gonna leave my food on the table for these wolves to come eat off my plate while I'm gone. I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna take it with me. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna eat my food. I'm gonna take it with me. I'm not gonna leave my food for you to come, because somebody who's recovering your route, they may have the resources to take your shit.
Right.
See,
I've seen that happen.
So yeah, I've done it. Don't do what's in your best interest when I'm around. Now, if it's something that I don't want, then here you can have this shit back. But if it's something that I want and we covering it, man, y'all, you need to let me go ahead and get this.
Yeah, I saw people lose like 5 routes.
Well, man, fuck dude. When he come back, if he ever come back, man, put him on one of them routes that's way out there in the suburb. Man, this shit sweet. This shit sweet. We already recovering. Every time you need, I always help you out. So now this is some of the payback I need. All right, Mark, I deal with it. This shit, it's your shit now. Listen, you can call it what you want. You can call it what you want, but you left your food on the table. You left it on the table. You can call me low down. You can call me ornery. You can think of every single name in the book.
You're not loyal, man.
I don't have no loyalty for man in them trucking, in them trucking. My loyalty is with the escort that I'm the principal on. That's where my loyalty lies. Man. It don't lie with you. You the ops. You the ops. We are competing.
Why you think everybody's an enemy, Mark? You treat everybody like they're your enemy.
No. I don't treat everybody. It's either the Kurt. You either with me or you. If you're not with me, you against me.
Why you think like that? That's what I'm saying. What if the guy is nice but don't be aggressive?
It's not how I think. It's life has made me this way. Life experiences, personal experiences, business experiences. You know what I'm saying?
When you say life experience, like somebody hurt you before? Like
I've had situations where, yeah, of course, bro. I'm pushing them to 50. Like you gonna have when you in your 20s. I think your 20s are, well, at least in our generations, your 20s were your stomping grounds as far as learning. This is when you really were well during our generation, and I can say me when I was really learning shit. Right, I was
learning and developing and really putting yourself out there. Yeah,
right. You know, you thinking everybody is your friend when really less than 10% of the people that you think is your friends are really your friends. And when I say a friend, I consider a friend as someone that's willing to go to the extremes for you, like you would for them. Like you may have a lot of associates, but you don't got a lot of friends. You know, these people are figuring themselves out as well. So, you know, I've learned just from life experiences and business experiences is that, you know, it's either you with me or you against me. If you're not with me, then I'm not with you. I'm not gonna kumbaya with you. I'm not gonna come sit in your backyard at your fucking barbecue. I'm not gonna go on no fucking trip with you. I'm not gonna go to no club or no bar with you. Because when we hit, listen to me, I'm telling you. Because if we get into the thick of it, we kumbaya and we cool. But when some shit go down, and it don't have to be to a certain detriment, but let's say some shit go down, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? I'm not gonna put myself in no situation. See, I'm gonna ride with the people that's gonna ride with me. So when I say you with me, either you with me or you against me. Because if you with me, that means if we go somewhere, for instance, and the shit go down, all right, we back to back. Whatever gonna happen, it's gonna happen to the people who we came with because we all together. Ain't nobody slipping out the back door. Ain't nobody running. We all going whatever fate, we all gonna meet the same fate. I can't expect that from a motherfucker who. So if you not with me and you not down, I'm not fucking with you like that. I'm not going nowhere with you. I don't want shit to do with you, really, bro. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm way past the years of everybody is cool. You know, when you in your 20s, because it had to take a situation where I realized that everybody wasn't cool. And a motherfucker, you know, a motherfucker set you up. Oh, it took one time for me to get set up. And I was 21.
Yeah. No, I know. I agree with
motherfucker set me up. So, and this was a motherfucker who we was cool. There was an issue with somebody else that I was friends with, and they jayed down on this person, and I didn't have common enough sense to know that, listen, since they into it, listen, I gotta pick a side. I can't be mutual. From where I come from in my city, there's no such thing as mutual. I had to learn that then. I was 21, right? Wasn't no mutual. So the get back was with me. I had to suffer that get back. I was on the end of that get back from what one of my other homies did for some bullshit this motherfucker did. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, I realized, listen, you either you this side or that side, and if you ain't on this side, you on that side, and it ain't no both. You can't kumbaya and be in between.
Right.
Listen, we into it with them. We into it with them. I know you got people over there, but what you gonna do?
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So
no, I 100% agree with you, because it's the same thing with when I talk to because I talk to guys all the time about, you know, and I've get this phone call when I first was talking to a lot of these guys coming on YouTube, and one of the thing I was finding out was a lot of these guys was friending the brokers. And I was telling them, when you friend a broker, you can't get the rate that you want. And people wouldn't understand what I was talking about. It's because you set yourself up where even if when you want the rate that you want, because you're buddy with them, you can't get that rate because you have let that, like you said, they don't keep it business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like you were saying early on, you got to keep it business and just constantly remember it's business. So what I find about them, people were coming and they were like friending brokers. You get what I'm saying? And they were telling brokers about their life. You get what I'm saying? How many kids they got, what they're doing. If they have a problem with the woman, they would share that with brokers. You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, bro, you are setting up yourself, because later on when you want that rate, because you feel like he's your buddy and because he feel like your buddy, you're not going to get that rate, because you already crossed that line from business to now you make it become a mutual. Like, that dude is not even your friend. He's glad, like, you get what I'm saying? You talking to him this way because he's
gonna
once
pray.
he call you and tell you $400, he's going to pray you.
That's why I said at the beginning, these people need to stop coming. And see, that goes back to just the internet. I mean, I don't know if it's an internet thing, the new generation thing, a combination of both. Like, I don't understand why people, when they're in their most vulnerable state, divulge all their personal business. Nobody gives a fuck what you're going through. Let me tell you something. Ignorant, middle American people, when you come looking for a shoulder to cry on, a wolf is going to listen to that shit, and they're going to use that shit to their advantage. You never divulge your weaknesses to nobody. You bottle that shit up, you deal with that shit. Because nobody cares anyway. If you going to go cry on somebody's shoulder, it shouldn't be some strangers on the internet. It shouldn't be some guy on the other end of the phone that you're trying to do business with. Because if he a wolf, he going to listen. You come to me and you got you you need something, and you might happen to have something that I'm looking for, and you got it. You in a vulnerable situation. Now, if you come and try to sell it to me normally, because I know what the value is, you know what the value is, and you just try to sell it to me normally, 9 times out of 10, if I really want it, I'm gonna pay a higher value for it. But if you come tell me that you're trying to sell this because your car got repossessed, or you're behind on your rent,
right.
Third, I bet. So now I'm gonna use that as leverage, and I'm gonna offer you something lower.
Exactly.
I feel you, but listen, right now you got something I want, and I'm able to take advantage of your vulnerability. You ain't one of my guys. I don't fuck with you like that. You somebody we know, we cordial, but you ain't one of them guys, bro. You're not a guy that I'm gonna go risk my life for. You ain't a guy that if you out of town and something happened with your mama, you can call me and be like, man, but mama dog got out the gate, man. Can you go over there and help mama look for the dog? That type of shit. It's homies like that, and these are real situations where I'm gonna stop what the fuck I'm doing. I'm gonna go do that. If you're not one of those types of guys, I'm gonna absolutely, positively, I'm gonna look in the camera, I'm gonna tell you this. I'm gonna take advantage of your situation. I don't give 2 fucks, bro. You ain't one of them guys. Listen. See, I don't, bro. Listen, bro. Listen. If you not one of them ones, in that, you not one of them ones. Why?
Yeah.
Because you'll do it to me, Kurt. You'll do it to me.
Yeah.
The people who are the nicest people always get taken advantage of. So yes, I'll buy it from you, but I'm not going to give you 1,000. I'll give you 500. Well, man, you know it's worth 1,000. Look, you said you short $400 on the rent, right? So you go 5. You got your 4.
Right.
You got your extra 100. What you gonna do?
Yeah.
I don't give a fuck how you feel, but you told all your business. You told all your business. The lesson here is not Mark being a shark or Mark being shrewd. The lesson that I'm trying to get over to you: stop telling all your fucking business. Less is more. Less is more. Less is more. And that's something that a lot of people have failed to realize, because everybody wants to push this perception. Who gives a fuck what people think? Stop telling all your fucking business. Less is more, because you'll talk yourself like you gonna fuck it up for yourself.
Exactly. Right. Ain't nobody need to know that you're going through a divorce. Ain't nobody need to know that you got you got 3 kids and brokers be talking, bro. Like they be like dude on the phone telling me all this shit, and they be like, what do you like? You heard the guy I talked to. You heard the broker that I talked to, Mark. You listen to how they talk about drivers, bro. They're mad. They're mad.
Nobody cares.
And I'm begging for the drivers. I'm like, come on, man. Treat these guys, man.
Nobody cares. You know why?
Because you see what I'm saying? And I'm
this is why I have those arguments. The brokers are working off a commission, right? They got a base, right? And then they commission. A lot of these guys that are working at these big companies, they're incentivized to bring in money. So if you're incentivized to bring in more money, what's the company? TQL is out there in Cincinnati, Ohio, right? They got a stadium, so that means they got box seats. They probably got a fucking sky deck that they own, right? So guess what? Yeah, the person who brings in the most sales, the highest dollar amount, we're gonna let you go to the sky box for a month. You can have the sky box for whatever these incentives are. Obviously, bonuses, shit like that. So if I'm selling you a load, I'm incentivized to make more money on the load. So that means somebody got to take the hit. Who gonna take the hit, Kirk? I'm being incentivized. So when people complain about brokers robbing them and shit, I'm like, dude, this is the most ignorant shit that I've ever heard in the life. The shipper has a responsibility to keep the price affordable for whoever their client is. The broker has a responsibility to bring in money, one, for their best interest, right?
Yep,
right? So that they can pay. Everybody wants to make more money. Plus, if they work for a large company, a C.H. Robinson and 2QL, they're incentivized sales, right? Because they have contests, they have, gifts, incentives, whatever the case may be, right? You, as the owner operator, you have to realize you're at the bottom of the totem pole. You have to realize that. You have to accept it. And then once you realize and you accept it, you know how to go in and set your business up to win. So when people say this dumb shit, I'm not gonna oblige the dumb shit because you're gonna feel away because I told you the truth. No, I'm going to continue to tell you the shit that you don't want to hear, even though it's the truth. And I'm gonna continue to let you be in your feelings. You dig what I'm saying? I'm gonna continue to let you be in your feelings while, we go on about life and not worry about what the fuck you
loaded, right? You're gonna keep your truck loaded.
Fuck you got going on. It is what it is. Matter of fact, stay ignorant.
Yeah.
Because that's just one less person. You're just one less person. This is listen, Kurt, this shit is up here. The way you beat these cats is right here.
Yeah.
Right here, bro. Right here. Right here. This is
and
how
it's
you
funny
beat these cats.
It's funny because a lot of these guys, they've been out here and they still haven't figured a lot of stuff out. You see what I'm saying? Like even certain conversation we have is like, it's like new to them. You see what I'm saying? Like, wow. You see what I'm saying? And if I bring let's say I bring like Raul on, he don't care. He's a white guy. He's been in this industry a very long time. And you heard old Raul talk. Like, I like they're nasty. Like, they don't get, like the bro, like I tell the brokers, like, come on, man. These guys the box truck need $250 a mile. They're like, where the fuck they gonna get that from? Instagram? Yeah, they could go over Instagram. Like, they don't give a shit. You see what I'm saying?
Well, you're not supposed to. In business, it's business. If you're starting to attach personal, emotional feelings to business, go find something else to do. That's why every time you say these guys get upset when I say that shit, tell them Mark said, go find something else to do. And hope we don't cross paths in business, because if I find out you emotional in business, we cross paths, I'm going to do you dirty.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do you dirty. I'm telling you. I'm going to take advantage. So it's not for the weak. You do business. You've done business. I'm pretty sure I've done business with people where motherfuckers been firm. Look, man, my price is my price. This is what it is. Take it or leave it, right?
Oh yeah.
So what I'm saying is, it's just the same thing on the flip coin. This is what it is. I feel you, but this ain't personal. This business. I feel your situation. Mark feels your situation, but this S Corp don't. And my responsibility is to the S Corp.
But let me ask you a question, because you drop the link and I find when I watch you drop the link, right? And guys come up, right?
Yeah.
And you see that play out a lot of time when you talk to some of these guys. You see what I'm saying?
What? See what play out?
The same, the wolf, like, go get it. And you know what I mean? If they want to go get something, they worry about stepping on somebody's feet. I think you was talking to a guy the other day, and he was saying pretty much the same thing. And you were like,
fuck dude,
you got to go get it.
I don't care about stepping
But
on
that's
nobody's feet.
why I was bringing up that, because some people is like that. They're like, they want the route, but they feel some type of way.
They're gonna watch food steady get taken off.
But then they tell you the guy is not doing it. You don't remember that story where the guy was telling you that he want the route, but he didn't want to step on the other person's feet, but the company don't really want the guy there. You remember that story? I think he had like 7 trucks.
Lean on them. Listen,
Right.
Kurt,
You see
it's
what I'm
just
saying?
it's just like the scenario you see when you watch a picture of somebody in jail, and it's the guy sitting over there with the tray. And then all the big dogs just come, man. He take his cornbread. Buddy over there come take his sausages. Dude, come take this. You see what I'm saying? So in business, it's the same way. Like, you're going to have wolves and you're going to have sheep. Like, it's not a level playing ground. It's not a level playing ground. It's not. I would consider a wolf. You do partials. You are a contributing factor to what people say, well, the rates are low. They say, man, these guys taking these partials. You don't give a fuck about these people, right? You still going to take partials, right?
Yeah.
You still going to take partials. Me, if it come to moving, you get a quote, you call my company, you know what I'm saying? You tell me you got these quotes, and then you happen to divulge, man, I called this company and they gave me this price. And that price is close to my price or similar. I'm gonna say, well, if we can lock it in with you right now, I'll match that price and knock 10% off the total. My margins are still good.
Right.
So you telling me this company's price, I'm stepping on them because I'm saying I'm gonna match it and I'm gonna knock 10% off the total.
Right. Yeah.
It's
a win for you.
Like I have to, I have to bring in revenue. Right? And as long as I'm remaining ethical about it, then it's fair game. I'm not going to no company. I'm not sending vigilantes in the middle of the night slashing their tires. You know, we're not doing none of that shit.
I said it bad.
Right. So if we're negotiating, we're competing above board. Anything above board is fair game. And if I'm able to negotiate better than you, or if you decide that you want to be ignorant and you want to leave your food on the table, and you know you got a guy like me in here, and you know that the rest of these guys are ICs, and somebody's going to have to cover your route. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be an MC. And it's only 2 or 3 MCs in here, and I happen to be the biggest MC. And you know this guy has a reputation for leaning on shit. Do you think it would be wise to put your truck in the shop for service and just not do nothing, or go put your truck in the shop for service and go rent you a truck a truck to make sure, right? Because I'm gonna take your food, and I like to rub it in their face afterwards. I'm gonna go against mama. Mama says plenty of food in the refrigerator. When I take your food, I'm gonna eat your food and I'm gonna lick the plate. I'm gonna lick the plate. After I eat your food, I'm gonna lick the plate. I'm gonna rub it in your face. I'm gonna rub it in your face because
you should be prepared.
You should don't leave your food on the table. Go rent you a truck. Your truck is down. Go rent you a truck. And come back. And,
call Penske, get a truck, rent a truck. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Enterprise.
Now, man, I don't got the funds. That's not my problem, bro. My S corp. Not Mark. Mark feels a little compassion. But see, Mark is the president of the S Corp. I get a check every 2 weeks. And as the president of the S Corp, it's my job to run the business and make sure revenue comes in, because there's other people here that I have to keep making sure there's food on their table. So if I have to come take your food to spread it against the people under this umbrella, then that's what we got to do, big dog. And here's the thing: if you make it easy for me to do that, kudos to you, even better. Thank you. So I don't understand this whole I don't like him saying that. Well, cool. Get out the way, because I'm gonna keep teaching the people that do listen to me to continue to take your food. While you sitting up there worried about, this guy, he's not efficient enough, and the operations supervisor is, well, I don't want to, man, dude, let me get that. Don't let an operation supervisor, if the operation supervisor with that, she was putting a bug in dude's ear to see what he was going to say. See, he didn't even know the play. See, that's what I'm saying. He didn't even know the play. I know the dude you talking about. For the operations supervisor to come tell him that, she's putting the bug in his ear to see how he's going to play it. She want him to have it. That's why she came to him with it. All right, how you gonna play? I'm putting the bug in your ear. I don't want to get rid of him. I'm letting you know what you gonna do.
Yeah. Because the same thing with me. Yeah, because the same thing with me when I bought my first Ford the iRoof Transit. I started with the freaking regular Chevy Express, right? And then I get the Ford E250 when it first came out, and it's the same thing. Nif came to me and he's like, look, I can give you a next route, but you need to have a bigger vehicle. You see what I'm saying? Because there was this guy that have 3 route, and I end up with that guy 3 route. Because when I get the second route and they combine it together, I had two routes, doing in one van because I had a bigger van, and then I get the bigger, the dually. Remember I told you I got the dually, the E350. That's how I end up with that big truck, that cargo van, and then I move on and get a box truck, and all of those was people route. You see what I'm saying? That they took and give to me, and I, you know what I mean, until they ultimately get rid of that guy because his driver wasn't showing up. He wasn't there. His load was being covered by 4 different, drivers. That the shit was just all over the place. So, so you're 100% right, man. But people,
you know who the main people who will do it to you?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm gonna tell you one of the main. Well, I think I told you this already. Why I am this way. You know who was the main culprits to do this shit to me initially? They tried to do it to me. But luckily my shit was
your
truck tight.
workers?
Exactly.
Yeah, your workers is the one
So
that going.
your workers will do it to you. They'll see you making money. They'll learn the system because it's repetitive because they're coming to work for you every day. They're in the truck. They know how to go into the pouch right here, look at the insurance, this, that, and the third. They plotting on you. It's always going to be that one. You might have one or two that are really just, they got a little bit more than everybody else. So they want to mimic what you're doing because they think they can do it too. And
I have drivers who try to do the same thing that you do, but the only thing is a lot of these guys, they always try to team up with someone because they can't do it by themselves.
They can't do it by themselves.
The expense is too high either way. See what I'm saying?
So when they try to do it, you got to remember they're going to the 3PLs. You're not there. The dispatcher's there. The ops supervisor's there. Is in their ear soliciting them. Oh, you can do this on your own. It shit happens all the time, right? It happens all the time. So you have to be a big dog in this shit because you're not going to just necessarily get it from the people in the facilities. You have to keep an eye on your employees too. So you have to do this for a multitude of reasons. One, you have to make sure that the revenue is coming in. And two, you have to so people know not to play with you.
Right.
You can't trust nobody in business, bro. Your employees,
I know that.
The competition, even the people on the dock. The fucking 3 people at the 3PL was soliciting my drivers. Man,
the dispatchers, yeah.
You can do this shit. You don't need, you know what I'm saying? Whole time they thinking they pumping their head up to make it seem like what I'm doing, they can do it. But the reason why they telling them that is because they know that they not going to pay them a guarantee like they paying me. So if they can pull them away, they can pay them per piece. See, me, I'm getting a guarantee. I don't give a fuck if it's 1 piece or 100 pieces. You still going to pay me that same time. And in some days it's going, but then there's plenty of days where that piece count is low and they still got to pay me that guarantee. Nah, you know what? Man, fuck, Mark, you can do this shit, man. Yeah, we'll walk you through it. Yeah, you can apply because you know what? We're going to pay you per piece. So we're going to save money and we trying to get him out the way behind my back. You see what I'm saying? So the game is dirty all around the board. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So you got to stand on business. You have to stand on business, even with the 3PLs, because there's no guarantee you're going to be there. They could lose the contract. They could try to get you up out the way because you're a good, strong negotiator, and they may be able to finesse people. If you got a non-compete and things of that nature, then you good if you know how to handle your business. But what if they get enough an infusion of ICs to come in to replace all those routes that you running as an MC at a guarantee? You see what I'm saying? So no, you have to, that presence, it has to be felt. It's business. It's not personal. Just know we ain't the people to play with. This corporation right here, them ain't to be played with. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Let me get on my A game. That's all that is, Kurt. So if you feel personal, if anybody that feel personal about it, if you ain't on the team, then you in the way.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true.
It is. So
somebody asks, why do I get a dually? Back in the days, why I get a dually is because I used to have to take 3 pallets to Boston of the food. You know the food that they sell in the box where you like I forgot the name of it.
Like Factor?
Yeah, like they have the food in the box, and then you just deliver it at a customer house, and then you they just heat it up or whatever. They had a contract with one of the big companies, and I used to have to take 3 to 4 pallets to Boston overnight. It was cheaper to ship it in a cargo van than a box truck, so that's why I had to get that. Yeah, that's why I had that dually. Sometime I was stuck. Sometime I got like 5 pallets to take up there. I had to put like 3 pallets in and then stack the rest on the top. Just run it to Boston. But you gotta grind, man. You gotta be out here, man. You gotta be. It's crazy, but yeah, I feel you, bro. Yeah,
right,
our kind is not out here no more, bro.
No, they don't make them like this no more. They don't like these cats coming up today, bro. They ain't.
Yeah,
they
from
they
would have last a bye baby, home goods, container store.
Remember how Mike used to talk to people?
Oh man, bro, come on, bro.
So like he didn't talk to me like that.
Up to Mike, if you can stand up to Mike, you can stand up to anybody.
But I heard how Mike used to talk to people. He never talked to me like that. Yeah. You know why?
Oh, man.
Because he
Mike
needed me.
Bad, bro.
He needed me. The way he talked to ICs, he never talked to me. I used to hear him talking,
bro,
on the other line because
horrible.
I never. I know I've never been to their dispatch office in Secaucus. You probably went to it.
I work out of Secaucus. I work out of Secaucus with Mike. Me and Mike never have no run-ins because I was the guy that they would take. Like I cover Atlanta. I remember when they had the issue in Atlanta, both box truck and cargo van. I remember when I had to go to Maryland to cover the container store because there was a disaster down there.
Mm-hmm.
But Mike, bro, like. Bro, you walk in and say morning and Mike don't even answer you.
No, that's why I'm like, how y'all like complaining about the way people talk to you? I dealt with a dude named Mike Cohen. You dealt with Mike Cohen.
Oh,
that motherfucker was ruthless, bro. But he was only ruthless to people that he could get away with it with. He wasn't ruthless to me. He didn't talk to me like that because he needed me. The service that we provided, we did what we were supposed to do, and we bailed out of all the ICs, right? Mike's issue with me is he knew he had to pay me. So Mike was one of the ones where he was trying to do everything to get enough ICs to cover Chicago, but he never could.
Yeah.
So
Mike, bro, if you call Mary and Betty and just ask them, just say, yo, Mike at work? How is Mike doing? Like they'll just tell like put you on guard, like don't even come in the office, like you know what I mean? Like Mike was bad, bro. He was bad.
Mike was
He's
bad.
a short freaking guy. Like Mike is like 5'2".
But you know why he was like that? Because he had vested interest. Because I think his brother-in-law was one of the owners.
Yeah, Mike, yeah. You had to get it right, bro. And then you got to remember they're delivering like they were like expensive shit coming out of that warehouse. Like they was like the Hamptons and like they're not no cheap furniture, bro. Like the shit we were delivering was pricey. Lawyers, doctors, like you know, they do regular people, but they got some shit, bro. Like yeah.
So
mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And those guys back then they were genuine. Like they're like when they go off on you and tell you the truth. Yeah, man. Like it was bad back then.
But it really wasn't bad. It just we were in a time period like it was normal that people like, you know, business was business. We weren't in the society.
They kept it more in the business. Yeah, it's more business. That's what I'm saying. It's more business, not personal.
But if somebody told you something that was harsh, it wasn't taken. So back in the day, if you got chewed out, you would say something like, "Damn, man, so and so just chewed me out, man. I got to get my shit together." You know what I'm saying? If you got chewed out, you wouldn't like how this lady was crying and shit. You took it like, man, bro.
Yeah.
man, Mike just
because
chewed
even
me out.
Saul,
We fucked that shit up.
even Saul,
Right.
even the warehouse manager, Saul, he would like if you do some dumb shit under the loading dock, like he will literally not let you load the truck. Like he will go in the office, like he can make a decision that will literally let you lose the contract because you pick up, like there's a furniture or something that you know what I mean. Like I've seen him done it with guys like Saul, like bro, like you gotta wrap that shit up, like you gotta. Yeah, because sometimes we used to pick up Bye Baby furnitures out of the warehouse to take to the customer directly because we used to have the trucks come over there. And, you know, you got to break down some of those stuff to take them to the customer house. And when drivers be coming in and not wrapping that shit, bro, like he will go off and they'll scream and curse at you. Like tell you, like, they'll tell you bad words. Like they don't give a shit.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
It was different back then because you could accept it and just be like, damn, bro. You know, but now if that happens, now motherfuckers crying.
No, they're gonna pull switch out, they're gonna shoot, they're gonna go to the car and cry.
So
it's
it's
crazy.
We just into
it's a different era, man.
Yeah, it's different, bro. Like I don't know, bro. But I don't know. I'm finna get out of here though. I can't talk about this shit too long, Kirk, because it gives me a headache of, you know, like
they watch you. They're watching you, Mark.
The crybaby shit, bro. Like I don't,
them kids. Yeah, he gonna talk about F them kids. Yeah, I don't like
fuck them. Hey, Kurt, if they feel, let's check it out, Kurt. If you feel some type of way, I'm talking to you.
I'm like, yo, the guy not talking about your personal kid. Like you think he's talking about Kurt, your personal daughter?
If they feel the way I am, if they feel the way I am,
oh man,
you see what I'm saying? Because if you allow, if that means you're not a shark out here. That means you're not a predator. You a prey. You see what I'm saying? Because if you can't take a business analogy and you've taken a business analogy and you've made it personal, it just shows what type of individual you are. This is a business channel. I don't know anybody personal. So if I say fuck them kids, that means we're in competition for a customer, and I don't give a fuck about what you got going on at the crib. I'm trying my best to get that customer, to get that revenue. And if we get it, that means you loses it. That means that's revenue coming out of your household. So I'm pretty much saying that, but if you don't understand it, and if you're not trying to do the same thing to me, listen, this is what you need to do. Go on Indeed and get you a job.
I do like the last guy. Go play games.
Go play video games. Go play video games because business is always going to be everybody's that one customer. They can only hire one company. That load, it only can go with one truck. Is it going to go on your truck, Kirk? Is it going to go on that person's truck? Yeah. And guess what? Everybody bidding. The broker in on it too. He trying to find either the most efficient owner operator, right? To increase his revenue, or he trying to find him a sucker.
Exactly. Yep.
And if you're a sucker, then the food that's being taken off your table from that efficient owner operator and from that broker, that's your fault.
That's your fault. Yeah.
They saying the same thing that I'm telling you every single day, and you mad at me instead of getting your shit together.
Yeah. That's why I be like, man, listen, I be like, I listen to people all the time and I'm like, man, I just let them talk, man. Cause it's just, they don't understand. They don't fully understand what it takes to be here, bro.
And that's cool too.
Crying on the internet and just whining about everything. But yeah, man, I hope people take a lot from this, man, and just stop telling people your business. Like stop telling brokers about your personal issues that you're going through. Because like Mark said, they're going to leverage that. They're going to use it back against you. And it's hard to tell people no when you start to invite them in their life at a certain point. You don't need to be talking to brokers. And I'm hearing some of these from brokers. Like you heard me talk to my brokers all the time. But sometimes we're on the phone and yeah, dude told me, yeah, he on the phone, man. I was trying to get off. He telling me about his wife and his divorce. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. Like, man, I'm trying to get a bro, listen, I told my subscriber, you should be talking about weight, space, and time. That's the only thing you should be selling your brokers. weight, the weight on your truck, the time it gonna take, and how much space it gonna take on your truck. That's it. You see what I'm saying? He don't need to know you're going through all this shit and all that shit. Because, Mark, you heard all the brokers talk already about drivers on my channel. And I beg for these guys. You see what I'm saying? One of them live in your city. They live downtown.
Yeah, so he don't give a fuck. I know who you talking about.
Yeah,
I think he stay in the one building, so he got to take advantage of you because he paying $4,000 a month. You see what I'm saying? So he's not gonna. I know who you talking. I think he live in one on Chicago Avenue. So he's paying $4,000 a month, right? Mm-hmm. So at the end of the day, it's in his best interest to take advantage of your ignorance because he has a lot of rent to pay. You dig what I'm saying? And because he lives there, he lives, work, and play. So he's at Noble. He's going to the day parties. He's doing all this shit in that area over there, and all that shit is expensive, right? So he has to increase his revenue by taking advantage of you. He don't give a fuck that you got kids or that your truck broke down and you just getting back on the road. He don't give a fuck. What he wants to give a fuck is that rent he want to pay because he want that lifestyle. The baddies, man, I got a section I got to pay for next week. They going to Cancun for this weekend. I need to take advantage of some people before I can set somebody aside for that. I got
what the text I send you? The same broker didn't I send you a text?
Yeah, I know you're talking about. So,
this dude was a month off.
Yeah, he don't give a fuck about these the truckers. He trying to take advantage of you so that he can continue to live the lifestyle he live and he continue to take your money and have fun with it.
I keep telling them, man, brokers gonna take your money and be in Miami. They think I'm joking.
So you know, so
that man lives downtown Chicago, 10 minutes away from where he works. In downtown Chicago in one of them high-rise buildings. So they don't give a shit. I try to tell him all the time, come on, man. Be nice to the box truck driver, man. You think I'm here to teach y'all how to do business? Jesus, bro. Why you so hard, man? Like, you know what I mean? But he don't give a shit. He's a Chicago guy. I guess it's a Chicago thing.
It might be a little Chicago, but business is business. Yeah, we're a little harsh here than, other places, but at the end of the day, business is business, and your personal problems. Like, I think when people get to telling people their personal problems, they looking for that sympathy from the other party so that they can look out. That's a tactic. But let me be the first person to tell you, if no one ever told you, and if no one gives a fuck. The only thing you do with that is you're gonna get laughed at. You're gonna just like how he got off the phone and was laughing about dude going through the divorce with you. You should know that information, right? That's what I'm saying. That driver was divulging that information in confidence with that person in hopes that this broker would look out for him and give him a better rate. But he listened to him and probably said, "Yeah, man, I feel you, but I'm telling you what we got in on it. I'm telling you what we got in on the load, man." He's talking that broker talk, and then you happen to call him right after that. He's laughing about that dude's situation, telling you all that man's business, laughing at him. You don't give a fuck. You see what I'm saying? So stop telling people your business. It's not gonna give you any leverage. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna get you any point. The only thing it's gonna get you is your business out in the street and somebody laughing at your goofy ass. So stop being a middle American. Stop.
It's not going to increase your rate. Basically,
it's not going to increase your rate.
It's going to be a disadvantage.
You're going to be at a disadvantage, and it's now only thing is
just
your
like
business
you said,
is circulating.
If you need that $500 for your car payment or your rent, and you tell the broker that, man, I'm backed up 4 months, I'm trying to catch up on my car payment, whatever the conversation is, they use that as leverage.
Leverage.
And years ago, I had to teach Jose this too, because I remember when we were working with Global Trans, we used to do a lot of U-Box for them in the box truck, and they wanted to put Jose on this route. You see what I'm saying? And the guy would just call Jose every day and just try to ways to get him locked in. And I'm like, Jose, This guy's not trying to friend you because he's trying to help you. He's trying to friend you because the rate he's gonna pay me is gonna pay you way less.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? And so people got to understand that also. Not because a broker reach out and friend you and try to give you a dedicated rate mean that they're helping you out. They're doing it because it's benefit, their pocket and their best interest. So even I'm not saying you can't get a dedicated route, but you still got to keep it at a certain profession and keep it business. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So yeah, I just people just gotta just like that, just stop do certain thing, and the crying and like, bro, like stop let people see you literally cry about shit like that on the internet, man. Like it's not cool. See what I'm saying? Just take your loss. Take your loss because business about losing, and just just don't sit down and put it together and come again. That's it. You know what I mean? It might take some time, but not everybody is gonna fail in business. Like people look at people and say, well, you never fail, Mark never fail. Not all of us is gonna fail. Not because you fail and two of your friends fail, meaning that business or this industry is a failing industry. You might just come in different. You come in at a higher cost. We come in when it was cheaper and shit was different. You know what I mean? So yeah, man, I just hope a lot people take a lot from this shit. So but yeah, man, that was a great review, man. I like it.
Right.
So I hope a lot of people take a lot of information from it. And like I said, man, I hope they go back and they listen to you and just not take shit personal. Cause again, man, I'm a dig into you on behalf of the tenderoni crew.
Let them stay soft.
You call them the tenderoni crew, Mark. You know what I mean?
Tenderoni crew, yeah.
Yeah.
R&B
So,
singers. R&B
shout
singers.
out to all the tenderoni that's watch Mark, buddy. He I'd be off of he don't mean it, guys. But yeah, man.
No, I do mean it. I mean it all. Listen, everything I say, Kirk, I mean it. Like I'm not up here woofing. I mean what I say. I say what I mean.
You gotta be tough about it, for real. You really gotta be.
I mean that shit. I mean that shit. So it is what it is. But let me get out of here, man. I gotta make some.
Yeah, man. I appreciate it, man. All right, man. Yeah.
All right,
everybody
man. Y'all
stay
be safe,
man. Enjoy your
all
weekend.
Right, you guys. All right, peace.
So, all right, cool.